everyone go get your drinks, stay hydrated, get comfy. Um, Let me think, make sure I'm not missing anything. Um, I think we're good. I think we're good. We're gonna talk. We're gonna do some things. It's gonna be fun.
Waking up just to code my dreams. Algorithms flow like streams. Virtual flowers bloom towards the sky. How's it growing? Don't be shy. I'm a flora, techy flora. Techy flora, ruling the aura. Psychologically stable-ish. I'm a real queen, ish. I love flora and fauna, but the outside's scary. I'ma take the file, but the data varies. This world kinda sucks, so I'll make my own. Technological nature, I'll call it home. I'm a flora, techy flora. Techy flora, ruling the aura. Socially awkward-ish, but yeah, I'm a real queen, bitch-ish. Roses hum a digital song in the system where I belong. Nature whispers through the screen. Binary meets the evergreen. I'm a flora, techy flora. Techy flora, ruling the aura. Technologically enabled-ish. Yeah, I'm a real queen, bitch-ish. Waking up just to code my dreams. Algorithms flow like streams. Virtual flowers bloom.
Hello, everyone. It's Techy Flora. How's it growing? I am your most with the host, and this is TechyTalks, where the topic is always changing, but the company is consistently great. Don't believe me? Let's prove it. Today's topic is retro games. And I am particularly excited about this one because retro games is such a fun, such a fun topic that everyone enjoys. That we're all on Twitch. Most of us are gamers, so it's a fun one. And I am also very excited about our three guests. Today we have Pasnic,
Hello.
Emongev, and Liam. Okay. So yeah, we will start introductions with Pasnic. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. I'm Pasnic. I've met Techy many years ago and play a bunch of games. Most of it goes into Tetris though. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, excited to have you here. Then we got Amanji.
Okay, I like to play games. I like to make games, and I'm old, so that makes me qualified to talk about old games.
Yay! And Liam.
Hi, I'm Liam. You may know me from Dan Toast community. Might know me from different parts of the internet. I'm the young one.
That's the only reason he's here, guys.
Yeah, she just had to fill a
Yeah.
quota.
I had to, yeah. I
Oh.
mean, they said we couldn't be ageist here, so I don't
Yeah.
know. All right. So I am going to start. Actually, before I start the timer, I just wanted to say I did invite you all here for a reason. We are battling to the death. Only one of us survives.
Ha, fair enough. I
I'm
knew
ready to
today I
die.
was going to die.
You all
Yeah,
accepted
probably-
death very quickly, except for Liam.
It's the young one. We have to still hope.
Liam's the young one. We're all just bowing to him. Okay. No. So I did invite you all here. There were specific reasons why I picked you all for this topic. I picked Pasnic because you are a known Tetris player. In fact, people will call you the best Tetris
Yes.
player the world has ever seen. That's the word going around. I don't know, you know. So I thought that
Sure.
Tetris is to me one of the most retro of retro games. It is a classic of classics. So I really wanted your insight. I invite you here, Amanji, because you not only play a lot of retro games and appreciate the art style and all of those factors, but you have even created your own game that has a pretty retro vibe. But we'll get into that. And
Okay.
Liam, yeah, you're young. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and also, yes, you are a gamer. You have a lot of insight, and I feel like there is things that you can really bring to this conversation that maybe us old folks. Oh yeah, just brag about your uh Nintendo cartridge.
I don't know.
Oh.
What,
I have
what
things
game
here.
is that? Wait, what game is that?
Smash
Oh,
Bros.
so I have Smash Bros. And GoldenEye.
Oh,
They're both on these.
I love
Sure.
GoldenEye. So that's I just
I have more props here for later.
oh, we got props. Liam's got props, guys. Okay. I'm excited to see every last one of them. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for being here. I do really, really appreciate it. I taking your time out to come and have this talk with me. So with that,
I mean, I think I suggested this to you on a
we
stream.
nope, completely my idea. I don't know what you're talking about. No, Amaji did actually help me come up with this idea, and the second I thought of it, I'm like, let's do retro games, and Amanji should definitely be there for that. And thank you for coming up with some great ideas, Amanji.
No worry.
I love people who help me come up with things and inspire me, so I appreciate that. I am going to turn the clock on. Oh, ready? There it is. Okay. That's just so that we do not go extremely overtime and all that jazz.
Okay.
Then setting it up. There we go. I will also
Since it's a-
randomly reading chat.
Since it's a countdown, it feels like at the end we just stop.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I said I brought you here. You know, at the end, someone does not survive.
I hope no one dies at the end of this timer.
We'll see.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Someone
That
in the
sounded
world
like
will
a threat,
die,
Liam.
and Techy's gonna be it's gonna be the cause of it.
I mean, I would be
That
going.
timer represents how many minutes someone's got left to live.
We'll see. We'll see. If one of you, I mean, you know, make it a good hour. You got any phone calls to make? You know, you might want to make them. All I'm saying is that if someone does at the end of this stream go, I mean, it would be the most legendary stream in all history. So,
Yeah. Certainly.
but I am not responsible for it. Despite what Amanji says,
Hmm?
it would all
I don't
be
know.
Who's starting the
coincidence.
timer?
Yeah, you
Wasn't
started
Monji's
the
idea.
timer.
It wasn't Monji's idea after all.
It was Amanji's idea. Yeah. And remember, guys, all Amanji's idea.
I'll be like the guy next to the murder who gets like half the sentence, but I'm just I just came up with it. You executed it.
Oh, wait, what is that called? That's there's a name for that.
I don't know.
Accessory to murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amanji's just accessory to murder. Not that anyone is going to die at the end of the countdown.
Surely.
That would be absurd.
No one
This
would die at
retro
the end.
game,
It-
this retro
we're
game
ju-
discussion went dark.
We are just talking about retro games, guys.
It's okay, we'll respawn.
Yeah.
Someone is gonna be a retro human.
This quickly got out of my hands. All right. All right. So, retro games. I guess I would like to start by when you think of retro games, what are the games you think of? Pasnic?
For me, I think the retro games I played when I was really, really young were probably like Wolfenstein and that bike game where you go fighting other people with chains and stuff. There was a game like that.
What is that game?
What is the name of that game? But I remember playing in an old computer like all of these games.
Wait, describe it
with
again. Your
wait a second. Motorbike.
he's just thinking
Oh,
really hard,
motorbike.
guys. Is it just
Is it just
I think
Excite Bike?
no, it's where you fight people, right? On the sides?
Yeah.
Kenny says Commodore 64?
Ooh, Commodore 64 is my beginnings.
Maybe, but
No, Road Rash. Maybe that's the one you're
Road
talking
Rash.
about.
Yeah, Road Rash.
Gosh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's the
that
one.
game.
it's
But
like
Uh,
you're riding a bike and people like come and attack you, and you can like hit left and right, and you have to avoid
yes.
obstacles while driving.
Yeah.
oh, why are they attacking you?
Because they're angry. I don't know.
What did
It's
you
a Road
do?
Retro
Rash.
games did retro game
Yeah.
enemies didn't have a backstory. They just hated you.
Yeah.
Retro games don't have backstories?
No.
Yeah, you actually have a
Yeah.
point there. I'm trying to think of one. Does Pac-Man not
Also,
have a great backstory?
It's just
uh,
a half-eaten pizza.
yeah. Also, I think Pac-Man didn't have a story till much later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Wait, he got
PS1
a
when
story?
Pac-Man World. That's the
Yeah.
first one I
Oh,
remember playing. He had a house.
I actually
He
Yeah.
didn't
has a
see
wife
that.
and
He
kids.
does have a wife.
Yeah.
So technically he got a backstory when Mrs. Pac-Man came out. I guess that he had, the lores, he has a
Yeah.
wife. I don't know
Or
what.
was Mrs. Pac-Man his wife?
You
Yeah.
know what? That's a good point. What if it's his sister? It could have been.
No, it's the wife.
Wait.
It
Okay.
is.
Thank you.
They have the same last name. It could be either. Yeah.
Yeah, they could not even know each other.
Well, also obviously Tetris is like a big retro game, but just a disclaimer, I started playing Tetris only on 2013.
And you're already the best in the world? That's crazy. That is so crazy. Wow.
No.
What? No.
But
No.
like jokes aside, he's one of the best in his country.
Really?
I
Yeah,
am
like,
currently like 20th around
dang.
Yeah,
in my
that's
country.
ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. What country is that,
Yeah.
by the way, for people?
For anyone that doesn't know, I am Chilean from the country Chile. Or if you don't know that for some reason.
And
Yeah.
and Chile has 19 million people.
And he is the
23rd.
23rd best of all of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
insane.
fact.
Those are actual
That's true.
facts.
That's true.
Yeah, you hype yourself a little, Pasnic. You are a great Tetris player. Okay, so you said the bike
Wolfenstein,
game,
Road
Wolfenstein,
Rage, and obviously Tetris.
and Tetris. Yeah. Okay, Amanji, what kind of games are your like retro?
I think retro means a different thing for everyone because it's all about when you started playing. Because some people, I don't know, some people started playing until they were way older, and maybe they started playing, I don't know, on my age range, which is the 40s around. I don't know. Some people started playing at the Nintendo DS era, and they consider DS retro. Uh, because nowadays that DS is very old in comparison. But I think it all depends. For me, I'd say anything before the PS3. I think for me is retro. PS2, PS1, the
Yeah.
handhelds, Game Boy Advance. Uh, for me personally, like my childhood was DOS games on PC because I didn't have a console until I was way older. Um, then I had a Super Nintendo, which is my favorite console ever. So that's kind of where I go to in my head when it's retro. But yeah, I also the first place I ever played was the Commodore 64, which was actually pretty good. The games didn't look that bad. But yeah, it was my brother's. No, it was technically my father's work PC, but my brother used it all the time, and I used it to play.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, retro games to me means like, The Last of Us. That I'm so young that, that's
Jesus.
yeah. And Cyberpunk. What a
Cyberpunk, yeah.
classic, you know. Um,
If that's retro.
that's so retro. That's so last year.
But that's gonna be retro in a couple of years.
Oh,
That's true.
but don't you? You're getting so
I mean,
philosophical on me.
technically, The Last of Us was PS3.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So that is pretty old.
it
You know,
Yeah.
is.
do you know how many RAM the PS3 had? You want to feel
I don't
ridiculous?
want to know. yeah, yeah.
wanna
Tell
know.
me. Tell me.
It had 128 megabytes.
Megabytes on the PS3.
Wait, no, I think it had 256, but I think some of it you had to steal from the GPU because it was so limiting. But I think there's calculators nowadays that have more RAM than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was not.
Wonder.
Oh my gosh. I mean, but we'll get into it. But first, Liam, what kind of retro games have you enjoyed?
Yeah, so I was born the same year the Wii came out. That's a fact. So I grew up playing the DS and the Wii.
Do the math,
So
chat.
for me, those are like retro. Really, I consider like anything before the last generation to be retro.
Okay.
So, yeah, I grew up playing like my first ever game that I owned was New Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, nice.
I would play the mini games with friends using download play. Play Mario versus Luigi. That was a lot of fun. But I also think back to like older Pokemon games because I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Mm-hmm.
So things like Pokemon Emerald or even the original Red and Blue, which I have played, and those don't hold up as well, but they're still a lot of fun. So that's kind of what I think back to.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I guess for myself, Pokemon is definitely way up there. It is the first game I remember playing. But I do feel like that is one of the first not the first well-known video game. I'm trying to think of like the word retro, as Amanji said, I was going to segue into that, but it's very open-ended because it does mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of the words like classic. When I say that's a classic, I can mean a lot of things. You know what I mean? But it means different things to different people. When you're talking about games, I could say Kingdom Hearts is a classic. But does that mean Kingdom Hearts is retro or not? Are those two different words? Classic and retro?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, like they could mean the same thing, and most of the time people would think it's the same thing. But nowadays, I think a classic could be, for example, Last of Us. I feel like a lot of people like that game and
Yeah.
would consider it a classic.
I think
But
classic implies success.
yeah,
Okay.
And
So
retro implies old. So if I say, I don't know, I'd really like Hello Kitty on the PS1, that would probably be a retro game, but I don't think it
classic.
would be a classic.
Nah,
No.
no, that's a classic.
that's the thing. There might be some sentimental things when talking about classics too.
Sentimentality is on my list of things to talk about too. I did want to bring that point up. But so the reason I was bringing up classic versus retro is because as Amanji said, I completely agree. It's determined on success. You have to have some kind of baseline of like, this is successful. But then I'm looking at it and could I be like, Baldur's Gate 3, that's a classic. It will definitely be a classic in the future. Like people are going to say that 5 years from now, but does it need the 5 years for me to say that's a classic? It does. I do think it does need to define some kind of age gap to be said it's classic. It has to be retro and successful.
I think it depends because I remember on the I don't know if anybody remembers, but in the PS1 and the PS2 era, like a year into the consoles, they started selling like classics, right? They started like
Yeah.
once Final Fantasy VII sold a lot, it got a green label and it was a PS Station classic.
Classic. Yeah.
So they immediately forced things to be classic, even if they were current gen.
Yeah, they do that. Which also actually reminds me of like remakes. But Pokemon is notorious for it because they literally have remade almost every game that they had made. So, you know, they remade Red, they remade Ruby. They remade every single one. I think up until
I don't think they've
recent.
remade Blue, which I dislike.
No, they did because they didn't remake Yellow and they didn't remake Blue. They did remake Green and Red.
The Pokemon Let's Go games are kind of like Yellow remakes.
Kind of.
But I think they're like made for like beginners. I haven't played them, but I've heard.
Yeah.
It was made to appeal to the Pokemon Go players because it uses
okay.
Go catching mechanics.
Pokemon Go. That hit for a while.
Is Pokemon Go retro? Can mobile games become retro?
Oh, mobile games.
The first Angry Birds.
Doodle
I
Jump.
think that's retro.
Oh, Doodle Jump.
Yeah.
All right, you convinced me. Yeah, mobile games are can be retro. Snake. That was my first mobile game on the Nokia phone.
Nokia Snake.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I loved that game. Now that is a retro game. Snake on a Nokia phone, man. Those things were tough.
Had Prince of Persia on a phone.
What?
True.
Prince of Persia.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of
like the old one?
Wow, I didn't know that was ever on a phone.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a Nokia phone actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember. I had a Nokia back in the day.
Yeah.
So, apparently everyone did. Yeah. Well, they were so sturdy.
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone. Liam, why don't you go get us your old Nokia phone that you just have lying around, you know? Is that not in your props? Did you forget it?
I'm looking techie. I think I forgot it.
I actually don't have my Nokia phone. I do have my flip phone, though. Like my old flip. But
I still have my Nokia.
Those things...
I have my Windows phone.
Oh, yeah.
Windows phone? Hell yeah.
Rip Windows phone.
Didn't Windows start to make smartphones, though, right?
I think they bought Nokia to try.
Yeah.
Oh no, they bought Nokia or Motorola. Which one was
Nokia?
it?
Nokia.
Oh.
It was a Nokia.
But they did before phones before that with HTC, I believe, and they made Windows phones, which were a disaster because the OS was so complicated.
I loved it.
Beyond not a surprise.
Yeah.
But so retro tech, retro gaming, that makes sense.
You could have a TechyTalks about retro tech.
I could I would know absolutely so little about it. I'm too young and spry, and
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But we can, I could bring old folks in to talk about it. No. By the way, I am 31, guys. Just in case you didn't, I am pretty old. It was also one of the very first games I ever recall in memory playing, Resident Evil. And for some reason, that game stayed in my mind. I was so young, and my brother would play it, and I'd watch him play it. But it was like the first game I ever really came to mind.
Was it 1 or 2 or 3?
You know what? It's so blurred in my memory that I don't know whether it's 1 or 2.
Okay.
There was a mansion.
Okay, then it's 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I that's what I thought.
Resident Evil 1 stream when, Techy?
Oh my gosh. So I have watched the remakes of 4, 5, 6. No, something's wrong here. Hold on. 4 and 5.
There's only
4 and
remakes
5.
of 2.
No,
2,
not
3.
remakes. I've watched
Oh.
6. I don't know. They get confusing after a while. I watched the one with the dad who's going after the baby. That one. I watched those
Which
two.
one's that?
I think that's 3 and 5 and 6. 5 and 6.
Yeah, that's 6.
What's his name?
No, that's 7. Resident Evil Village.
Village. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
Village
it's
8?
That's Ethan.
Ethan. I watched the 2 with Ethan.
Yeah.
And
And that's also 6.
Yeah, 6 and 7.
I rewatched the one with Nemesis, which I think is 2.
3.
3. You're right. That is 3. That is 3. They get confusing, okay?
Yeah.
And then okay, so I guess I do need to play the games. But yeah, so that was one of like my first memories, but my dad is really into Atari games.
Ooh.
So I definitely played my fair share of Space Invaders, Pong, Pac-Man, Centipede. So those when I say retro games, those are the ones that instantly come to my mind. Atari, those classics. But it's not really far behind like GoldenEye and stuff like that. Like those also come to my mind. I'm trying to remember if I ever who I used to play GoldenEye with, but I did used to play GoldenEye. Okay. So at the mention of that, how do I want to word this? Okay. Sentimentality in old games. Do you think that most games hold up to the sentimentality that you bring them or nostalgia?
Depends on the game.
How often would you say that like if you went back and played it again or recommended it to somebody else to play? Because I've had this experience where I've recommended somebody play a game and they're like, this is shit. And I'm like, no, it's amazing. I played it. And then I go back and I'm like, well, it's still amazing to me, but it's all nostalgia. You know what I mean?
I find the first games when like 3D was becoming common, like N64, early GameCube, those have held up the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because at the time there was only one stick, right?
Yeah.
So it made things hard to move around and aim and stuff like that. So those games especially had a hard time holding up. Generally though, I think like 2D games have held up okay, especially RPGs.
Have you ever had a game where you went back and you played it and you were like, okay, maybe I did hype this up? Any of you? Because I can't think of one myself. So I'm like, you know what? Nostalgia works.
I think it's like you cannot like, and this applies to everything. You cannot remove your bias from stuff, and I think sentimentality is inevitable. You can like probably like say from this game design standpoint things have not hold up, but for example, one of my favorite games that I play every single year is The Lion King on the Super Nintendo. It's a bullshit game. It's a bullshit game, but I love it because I know it from by heart almost. But if I put someone new to play that game, they will hate it because everything's so hard, everything's so cryptic, etc. But that's kind of where I grew up, and so my bias kind of enjoys that. Like even my bias makes me hate like things where games that like do a lot of hand holding because of my bias. So people who grew up like with those kind of games are probably gonna dislike games which had no mercy. Like, oh, you lost. Okay, you have to start from the beginning. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, this new generation, they're so weak. So pathetic.
Yeah, those pathetic.
They just want all the hand holding. They just want to get to the end. Easy mode, what's that?
Fucking snowflakes.
But you do have a point, Amanji. You actually have a really legitimate point because I do. Me personally, I'm good to suffer. Like I want to suffer through a game. I don't know what that makes me, but I do enjoy fighting through those stupid little glitches and really tough mechanics, and I find it fun to do that. But I
That
know
makes
people
you a
that
Dark Souls player.
I probably
Yeah,
could
I was gonna
totally.
say.
The
Yeah.
problem is, I am so determined about it that if I started it, I would have to finish it, and the torture I'd be willing to put myself through is unimaginable.
and you go into sunk cost fallacy where you're like, oh my god, I'm already halfway through, so I have to finish this.
I would totally do that, and that makes me so scared to start any of those type of games. I was legitimately mad when Kingdom Hearts added that you have to beat the game to get the hard mode. So you would start on normal and you had to beat Kingdom Hearts 3 to get the proud mode. And I was like, no, because I don't want to play it through all over again. Just let me start at the hard mode. So that does make me mad. I don't like when they do that. Like, let me start at whatever level I want to
Yeah.
start at. Don't add another extra layer of difficulty. Let me start at the hardest, and then if I don't like it, I'll go back down. But I will never
it's
go
fu-
back down.
it's funny because I think that's a product of how video games have redefined their concept of replayability,
Mm-hmm.
because old, like, arcade games, like literally machines, were all about like being cheap and killing you so you spend more money. Then video games, they were like, okay, so since these are so expensive and people are not used to spending money, so these have to be hard. So now you spend a lot of time beating it because they were made hard, so you would enjoy it for longer, right?
Mm.
And nowadays replayability is DLCs, so now you get more content, or battle passes or things like that. So the concept of what makes a game replayable has mutated through history, and I don't know, in a couple of years it's probably going to be something different, because we'll probably be like sick of paying money, or people will reduce their spending, and I don't know, maybe that's going to change. I don't know.
Hmm. That's a great point. Um, because yeah, it is all about replayability. In the past, replayability was based on making it a really hard game.
Yeah, and in Kingdom Hearts they made it so if you want to replay it, here's a new mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
now there's New Game Plus in where you continue
I was
with your
about to say
same
that, yeah.
save. Yeah.
Yeah, New Game Plus, and now they just put on a ton of DLC so that you never know when the game is fully complete.
Hmm.
So you just keep coming back.
Because everyone has ADHD now, so we're like,
Oh,
where's
achievements.
where's something new? Yeah, achievements.
Achievements are,
Achievements,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a way for replayability.
I think they mattered. I don't think they matter as much anymore. I think there's only like people who like achievement hunters or trophy hunters. But for example, on Steam, they're worthless almost, I
Yeah.
think.
What do you
Yeah.
wait? My worth isn't determined by my achievements.
Not on
No.
Steam.
Darn it!
Only on Xbox and
I
PlayStation.
did I
Yeah.
100% Harry Potter for no reason, guys. Well, that just made me sad. All right. No, no, you're right. Achievements don't mean much, but they are another way of getting people to replay the game or to invest more time in the game, which I guess is a video game creator's, not creators. I wouldn't say it's the creator's job. It's more of the marketing job. Or is that the same thing? To make it as replayable as possible. Do the game creators care about that? Or do you think it's yeah?
And what did you care about that?
I think it depends. I think sometimes the vision of the developers are like, okay, we want to make this replayable. But sometimes you just make it replayable because people want it. And sometimes you
Yeah.
just make it replayable because like business tells you to make it replayable.
Yeah.
because in some games you feel like it's forced, right? Like I don't know. In our game, we people wanted a harder mode, for example. So we added like a harder mode when you beat the game. And it's like a stupidly ridiculous hard mode, which nobody should ever play, but people wanted it. So we just added it.
Yeah, I
Because
forgot to
people
do
wanted.
that.
No, please, nobody do it. They will hate us even more.
While we're
I
at
want
it, we should shout out Emonge's game. So Emonge did create a
Blank
game.
Cube Edge.
Emonge did create a game. I actually played it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Let me just plug that. It is Planet Cube Edge. Emonge, how would you describe the game?
It's a hard game where we try to make it so the game doesn't hate you. It's very generous with its checkpoints. So basically, if you've already done a hard part, you should not be doing it again. But yeah, that's about it. It's a hard platformer.
Yeah, so if you're, if you want to prove yourself as the best gamer in the world, you gotta go beat Planet Cube Edge. Otherwise, you're not even a gamer, really.
I will
Also,
say it's great on Steam Deck. I
It-
have it. It's awesome.
It was good on Steam Deck, actually.
Also, the achievements are broken on Steam. We know, and we just don't have the money to fix it.
That's
But yeah,
behind the scenes info, guys.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a platformer. It has a cute little character that you play as. It's a good time. It's pretty chill too.
That yeah, and it kind of like it could be like a good segue into modern retro game.
Mm-hmm. Because it does have that nice retro feel to it.
Yeah, so I don't know. Do you guys have any like favorite like modern retro game?
What is a modern retro game?
You
I
know
really like Celeste.
Oh, well, Celeste is good.
Yeah, I
Well,
was going to
that's-
say the same.
Hold
yeah.
on.
I spent so many hours in Celeste.
You know,
Celeste is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I love the
Really good.
story.
Yeah.
The platforming
story is
aspect was a
good.
little tough for me.
The music is
The
great.
music.
Oh, yeah, it does have good music.
The
Characters
art
are
is
fun.
great.
Yeah, the art is beautiful. Despite,
Yeah.
most of the time it being all little chibi characters, it's and then they had the pictures of it. Oh, it's just a great game.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like good examples of that.
Does Terraria count?
I'd say it counts because it's pixel art. I think I think the definition of what retro is
Yeah.
kind of ambiguous.
True.
So
Yeah,
like
good.
Shovel Knight is also a good one.
Oh,
Good for-
what about
Oh,
Jump
yeah.
King?
Yeah.
Jump
Yeah.
King?
Stardew Valley.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Stardew Valley. Is Animal Crossing a retro game? It's not a modern retro game. Well,
I wouldn't say it fits in my definition, but
yeah,
it may fit in
Yeah.
yours.
it's not. I played that when I was in my teens, which I can't consider retro.
Yeah, but it like I think the first one was it 64 or was
Oh
it
my
GameCube?
gosh, when was the first
The first one launched
Oh.
on the N64 in Japan, but
Yeah.
not in America. It launched on the GameCube in America.
oh my gosh, in
First.
Yeah.
2001. Wow.
That game
Yeah.
can drink alcohol.
I mean, if you look at the first one, it looks pretty retro, but it's not retro. Oh, you know what kind of retro games I really like is point and clicks. The
Okay.
the old school point and because I'm a story gamer. I love a
Yeah.
game with a good story. I find, I'm the Nancy Drew type of which Nancy Drew maybe that's still 2000s. Why do I mark my retro games by anything before 2000?
I think that's an age thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm young.
Before
I'm young and
everything
spry.
before Y2K.
Yeah, before Y2K, those are all retro. No, so point and clickers. The fun thing, not the fun thing, but the interesting thing about point and clickers is they were impossibly hard. They were impossibly hard. If you got one as a kid, there was no like guides and Google to help you figure out why this was this way and why what you had to do. And it was the most dumb things you ever had to try to figure out.
Yeah.
Like this rope and this water bottle mixed together to so you bring it down the hole and it's just stuff you would never imagine putting together, and you just have to try it over and over and over again to figure it out. And it was a test of pure patience and resilience if you could get through one of those point and click games as a kid.
Yeah, I loved Sam and Max Hit the Road on the DOS,
Yeah.
and I think you could swap between interaction modes. So you could use thing or watch things or tell Max to like comment on things. And sometimes the solution would only open until you use one of the interaction modes on a specific thing. So you may have looked at it, you may have used it, but if you didn't like tell Max to comment on it, then the actual solution would not be open. So yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was so
Hmm.
crazy. It was so like as a kid I couldn't do them. I literally could not do them. Um so I would just I mean, when I got older, I started to actually do some of them where I could actually Google and all that.
You know what's funny? The fact that before like on those times, for example, Nintendo, the games were so hard, they actually monetized how hard they were because they had help
Okay.
phones where you could
They
call
did.
people,
Oh,
so you could ask for hints. So your job was only like have to like a strategy guide, flip pages until Mario Bros, and you're like, okay, do kill this turtle and jump on the roof. And I think, well, obviously, since I'm in Costa Rica, we didn't have those, but I saw the pamphlets on the games, and I'm like, this shit is expensive. They were like I don't know, like $2 a minute or something like that. And back in the day, that was a lot of money.
I mean, that's a great business prospect though. I mean, obviously it didn't last, but
Yeah.
the general idea behind it to get kids so addicted to a game that they need to call up. That's so funny. I never I don't know if that was like in my time exactly.
I don't know.
Not well, it wasn't anything I would ever even have been able to do. My parents would never have allowed that. But that is such a funny job. I wonder if I would have fun with that job. I think I would.
It would be great.
That
You
would be.
just talk to frustrated kids all day.
yeah.
How tempted would you be to troll them, though?
Just give like a wrong hint once a day.
Unfortunately, it's your job. They're paying you, though, so you can't.
Yeah.
So, is retro. Does everything we have now based off of retro games? Or do you think there's any, like, new concepts that are purely their own? Did that question make sense?
Hmm.
VR,
Yeah.
kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, there's like the Virtual Boy, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
that's pretty new technology that we haven't been able to do before. So
And I think Liam is right, and I think you can see it reflected on how crude our game design is in VR games. Like everything is
Mm.
all about touching and things like that. Like it's like the basic experience. But I think yeah, we could like do a lot better. But yeah, since it's so new, I think you can like see how new it is. And how sometimes how when everyone does something new, the game feels so incredible because it's
Yeah.
like refreshing.
Yeah, but there's also an interesting thing with VR that, like, as it gets new, in some ways, it also regressed because it's a whole, like, VR is such a new platform that the games look really tough sometimes. Like, not tough, like, on the eyes, they look tough because they kind of have to make it very simplistic artistically. So it almost regresses back to the retro styling um, in some cases. Though VR does sometimes take like you can play new games on a VR that you can play on other systems and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I still want to play Tetris Effect Connected on
wait,
VR.
Oh.
wait, you
Oh
play
yeah.
Tetris on the VR? What, you use your hands to like turn the
No,
pieces? How does it work?
I don't know how it is, but it's with the controls that they
I
have.
yeah, I think it's the controls. You just have like that psychedelic aspect, ambiance
Yeah,
around you, where it feels like you did the LSD. Um,
yeah, basically.
Love
yeah,
I
that.
got to do that on PlayStation VR. It was very immersive. It was nice.
Yeah,
You get like completely in the zone in like 5 minutes, and you just yeah, it's great.
but I have something to add, like retro gaming
Mhm.
and VR. Uh, one of my favorite, like I'd consider retro, but I don't know if it's that old, is Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 4 has a VR version, and it feels so interesting to play. Particularly because I played that game as a kid, and I've played it in a lot of like different platforms. I think it's probably next to Doom, like the game that's been ported the most. Uh, but I don't know, I'm kidding. But yeah, playing that game in VR with the because you're in VR, but the graphics look old, so you're just like in the ambience with the same models and the same like zombies and everything. I don't know. I think it was a really cool experience to me.
the trust the team.
It actually really is cool that you can experience. It's almost like experiencing a game in a completely different way for the second time. Um, I wonder if that's like some cool replayability value to it if they make a VR version of a game. I
Yeah.
did see someone play
Yeah,
the VR version of a Resident Evil 7, but obviously that's a much newer game,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
it looked all fine and all that stuff. Um, but so we base retro games off of every game is based off of some retro game. Um, for the most
Mm,
part.
I don't think so. I think there are new like if we're talking about
Yeah.
design, I think there are new ideas. I think it's I don't think we're at the point like music where they say everything in music
music.
derives from
That's
Yeah,
something old.
yeah.
I think there are like new concepts, and like you can see when a concept is so weird, you're like, "Oh my god, how has nobody thought of this before, or how has I don't know, nobody mixed this." Like a good like game design exercise when people are brainstorming, it's like just mash two genres together. uh so for example, I don't know, racing and soccer, and you get Rocket League. For example, Rocket League is recent,
Yeah.
and I don't think we had anything like that before. And like
No.
yeah.
No.
I think we have, since it's such an interactive medium, I think there's a lot that we can do. I like, and even in movies, I'd say we still create original movies, um, even though, but they have to like really go like think outside the box, because so much has been done. Like in video games, I think we have it even worse. I think like, is it like 50 games per day that are like launched on Steam? Like,
That,
if that's ridiculous.
and half
Yeah.
of them are those clicky games,
Wait, what clicky games?
like the banana, or those that are like the banana game,
Clicking the banana, yeah.
clicking the banana, and there is like a skin for everything. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't believe that there is nothing original or new. Um,
Mhm.
because you're right. It's not like music where it feels like all the chords have already been taken. Um,
Hmm.
I'm just trying to get examples, and I'm trying to figure out where like you came up with a good example. Um, hold on, give me a
Like
second. There's
newer like original games?
yeah, like I'm trying to figure out what has been truly groundbreaking as almost its own game type. Oh, you know which one I think is that are pretty groundbreaking is the co-op like things like Overcooked and like that split screen where you guys depend on each other to make things happen. Like It Takes Two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what in the past has there been anything in the past that has
I
related to
I
that.
think there has been things like
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to think of
Um,
them.
for example, Overcook, I'd say like some like team-based Mario Party games, you could like think that like
Oh,
that
really?
came out of that because there's like the 2v2 games and there's
Okay.
probably like one where somebody picks up the ingredients and somebody cooks it. I think I remember like a game like that. Um, but I think if I had to search for something, I'd probably look in the PS1 and the N64 era because they kind of mostly the N64 because the N64 since it had like 4 ports, it kind of relied on like multiplayer games. Because in like if you're gonna have like a local couch party at home, like emulate N64 because every game had 4 player support.
Yeah.
And I think that the I don't know if cooperation was such a common thing. I think it wasn't, but I think there's probably like weird games that actually did it. Mhm.
You are completely right. Yes, co-op games. I'm thinking, okay, Overcooked. I can see the inspiration coming from something like a Mario Party minigame. I can see that. But I'm trying
Mm.
to think of like games that are like It Takes Two, where one person has one job and one person has another job, and everything you do, it's kind of problem solving multiplayer. And I do think there are games like that in the past, but I
Yeah,
have
there are.
such a
You
bad
and
memory of all of those games that I can't figure them out.
I could give you my favorite co-op game that required like actual
Mhm.
cooperation. It was on the Super Nintendo. It's called Goof Troop. One plays as Goofy and the other one plays as Max. And you have to cooperate. And there's a lot of like puzzle solving that requires the two of you to like actually work together.
Yeah,
And it's actually like really fun to play. But
I love the
like
Mm.
show. I watch Goof Troop.
the game is really good. If you could play it with someone, it's an awesome experience.
I remember the Simpsons game.
Hit and run.
No, well that one was really good too. Uh no, the one where like it was a fighting game. It was in the
Oh yeah,
arcades.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
fighting as in it
Oh,
side
yeah,
scroller.
like yeah,
yeah. I
like
know
a
what you're
beat 'em up.
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. A beat 'em
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and where Marge had a vacuum and Lisa played with the saxophone and that those were their weapons and everyone had a unique weapon and stuff like that. They had it at the local arcade by our house, so I played that one a fair bit. But that was always fun. Um,
You know which two games I think I was thinking? I think one of them I'd say is Papers, Please, where they
mm,
gamified a job because it's literally like working, but you have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I think nothing before that ever made that. And the other one I'd say, and this is like a hot take, but I think Minecraft revolutionized the concept of open world with like I don't know
The story.
world building. And I don't think
okay.
anything before Minecraft did Minecraft.
Are you talking like complete creative control kind of
Yeah, like
games?
Yeah.
this, like
Yeah,
being able to
No.
destroy
Yeah.
everything, create everything. Like games like that would not run on anything before Minecraft.
Minecraft was revolutionary. Yeah.
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 You know what
And
game?
even
Oh, sorry, go on.
no, that I think make Minecraft is so revolutionary that I think next to Tetris, that game will outlive us all, both of them, because
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
they're
Yeah.
so sound as a design concept that people will never get bored of them.
You think they'll ever evolve Minecraft?
I think
Define
I think
evolve.
Yeah, I think they'll
Like
expand it.
like better graphics. It's still very open world, very you take resources. I mean, I guess they kind of have done things like that similar in Valhalla and games like that. But it never had the full on creativity of Minecraft. But I wonder if you even could. Because
I think
Mm,
Minecraft thrives on the fact that everyone can run it anywhere. That's
mm,
why they haven't made it like a big thing. Obviously, there's shaders and people can do it on their own. But I think the fact that it can run on a phone, it can run on your PlayStation, on your Xbox, on PC. There's Bedrock and there's Java. They've made it like so you can play it anywhere. So I don't think they'll ever make it like next gen because I think people don't need it. I think eventually maybe on next gen we'll have so much processing power that maybe they'll add shaders optionally for people, or maybe if audiences like kids who are born now and are gonna play Minecraft 5 years from now, they're gonna be like, "What is this shitty game? Look, God of War 13 looks amazing. Why can't Minecraft play like this?" Maybe at that point they'll move on, but I don't know.
there is a charm to how Minecraft looks that I don't think people would ever want to change, even if they could make it super pretty, you know. So I do get it. Like I
It's
don't.
so moddable and
Yeah.
customizable that like you can make it look however you want. You can do higher resolution like resource packs, shaders. You can add ray tracing if you really want to, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
There's so much you can do.
they actually wanted to do like an official ray tracing thing, but the
Yeah,
super duper mega pack or something like that, and they
yeah. They
backtracked
canceled it
really
though.
quickly.
Many people know I am a Minecraft hater. I don't do Minecraft. There's too there's no there's nothing in it for me. Um
Because you're a story girl, and Minecraft has
exactly.
it's like in that aspect is really like, but you could go into like an RP server or something like that. Like Minecraft has everything for everyone.
Yes.
You could go into adventure servers where there's like a single player campaign. But yeah, it's so
I have been
versatile as a
tempted into
concept.
those.
Yeah.
People have tried, yeah. Which I don't actually hate Minecraft. It's more of a gimmick than anything else. I just don't really play it that much. Um which I
Another
mean, but I can appreciate it.
another game that has proven some versatility is one that I hate, but I respect the amount of creativity that the people can become with is Roblox.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was going to bring it up. I was. Honestly, Dress to Impress has been a real banger of a game. Should all play it.
My nephew asked me, no, my niece asked me to play it, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I've never touched Roblox. I've never even
Me
opened it.
neither.
So it's like I don't know.
It's not
It's
bad.
intimidating.
It's very kid coded, but it's not bad.
The only thing I know is that they have kids programming games for like literally
Yeah,
pennies.
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I mean, like, kind of good for the kids. Like, you're doing fun things, but
Techy, are you defending child
Child
labor?
labor.
Imanji, the kids thirst for the mines. Okay, this is well known. They want
No,
to.
yeah, that is true, and that's why they do it. Obviously, they
Yeah.
don't do it
So
for the money,
yeah,
and I think
No,
it's gonna
no.
create a lot of like awesome game designers for video games in the future
I do
because
support
they're
kids learning coding and stuff like that. That's really what I mean. I think it's always fun for the younger you are getting into hobbies like that is really cool to me.
yeah. Yeah, but I've seen like the interviews of kids and they're like, "Yeah, I've this took me like 6 months to make and I've done like $10." And I'm
Aw.
like,
Yeah,
"Poor kid."
obviously some labor laws need to be put into place, but
Yeah.
I support the idea, just not.
The execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I feel like is a really revolutionary game, and Amanji's probably gonna tell me nope. Is the is Among Us. It's I think the idea of social deduction games was really made big by Among Us.
I think I first of all, I don't dislike Among Us.
Oh, it doesn't matter if no. When I said you're gonna, it's because you know so much about other games that I was like,
No,
yeah,
I think Among Us took because social deduction games existed a lot in board games like
Yeah.
Werewolf
yeah,
and things like
of
that.
course,
Mafia and all
Yeah,
that.
yes,
Mafia, and I think they just made it like like an actual video game because they had like what's it called, the town game.
The Town of Salem.
Town of
Yeah, I think
Salem.
I think that's older than Among Us, but
It is,
Among Us
Yes.
made it a little bit more like a video game and
yes.
less of a social deduction card game put into a video game, right?
Well,
So
it's
I
not.
think Among Us.
Sorry, go
Mhm.
on, go on, go on.
No, I think I agree. I think Among Us made it, and I think I Among Us made games more social because since it was the pandemic, the fact that everyone was isolated, and I think even the platform we're talking of right now, Discord, blew up because of Among Us and probably because of the pandemic. I think the so the social aspects of gaming has been like every I think before the pandemic every year it got less important for people. And I think it became a boost because, and I'm gonna go into like psychology, but I think video games started becoming like like an actual third space for people. And what I mean by third space is psychology says you have three spaces. You have work, home, and a third space. Like I don't know, some people go to bars and drink to have like spend time with people. But now people do, I don't know, Valorant and Discord. I don't know, Rocket League and Discord. So I think Among Us gave video games that validity of okay, I can actually socialize and I can spend time with people I like in video games. And I think it made it awesome.
Yeah. Fascinating, and Liam, did you have anything to say about that?
I
Nothing.
agree. I don't
Solid.
have much to add, really.
Okay. So what I would say is, yes, board games have already defined that element of things. Yes, there have been social deduction board games for actually not much longer than before like games like Town of Salem were created. But board games and video games, completely different space, completely different. They don't seem like they are, but they are very different. Um Among Us, as you said, created a very interesting social element to games that I don't think was there. Because I was a big Town of Salem player. Like I played Town of Salem probably more hours than I played any other game I've ever played. Uh, but you couldn't voice chat with Town of Salem. You would just type chat a lot. When we moved on to Among Us, when I first started playing that, that's when a lot of people would start really pushing for voice chat because they wanted to hear your reasonings and stuff like that. Whereas Town of Sound was a lot more logic driven. Like you kind of just took notes and you had to figure out the notes. But Among Us, as you said, made it very social. And I feel like if you ask anyone on Twitch, you could probably go to any random Twitch streamer and they could tell you a friend they made from Among Us. That specifically from Among Us, they made that friend. I like you said, I can name like 5 people in this server alone that I made friends of just because of Among Us. And from Among Us, millions of other games that were social deduction have then gained popularity and grew and were created. Goose Goose Duck. They just made a Death Note Among Us
Yeah.
recently, where you play as Light and okay, yeah. So I fit. So
Among Us is 7 years old. Would you consider Among Us retro?
It's classic. Ansari says Lockdown Protocol as well. That's the newer Among Us that just came out, which very good, by the way. Good game. No one ever wants to play with me, but that's fine. That's cool. I don't need friends. I do feel like it started a thing because everyone was trying to get everyone into lobbies for Among Us because you needed like 10 people and everyone was trying to get like everybody in. That's why you made so many friends through Among Us because you needed so many people to play. My point with that being social deduction games is another type of games that I felt like has really started to define in more modern. Because 7 years, yeah, I think that that's still sort of modern, popularity wise. So I did want to talk about art style a bit because that's something that I think is really, really interesting about retro games. Zyketo says Among Us is ancient.
No.
I am young, I am spry. That is my mentality of this entire TechyTalks right now. So art. Does anyone have anything, by the way, to say about art of retro
About
games?
art?
Yeah, about the art of retro games, because I find that to be a very interesting part of retro games.
I will add to the conversation that usually people think about pixel art when there's retro games, but I'd love to add the PS1 retro aesthetic video games, which I love because they're so like low poly and they're so scuffed, and I think people skip those. But yeah.
Wait, are you talking about the ones that are like really fuzzy? I
Um,
like the games where like all the characters are. It is pixel art, but it just like everyone looks really fuzzy.
it's like there's a game called Crow Country. That's kind of like the game I could refer to. Like
Rogue
it looks
Country.
very really like low poly things. Like
Oh.
it's like 3D.
Okay, so there was an agreement off camera that we were going to die when the timer hit 0. Nobody followed through. I'm extremely disappointed.
No,
This is
if you died, then you were the chosen one.
Yeah,
Remember, there's only one person.
we determined only one of us shall die.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You didn't either, Liam, okay? Our death
Hey,
pact
I
is
just
broken.
I faked my death for like 10 seconds.
I didn't see it. I didn't
did
see
see
it.
him do
No,
it,
I
and
didn't
I'm
see
like, why did
anything. I
he
don't know
do
what you're
that?
talking
Flip it,
about.
flip it.
3D, but like things look all scuffed, like if they were on the 64.
Flip it. This is live.
I can't. I'm getting rid of the VOD, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Bullshit.
I'm
He's
sorry.
gonna edit it just so to skip that part.
But the time is up, but I don't care. We'll keep going because I still have more that I want to talk about. Actually, if you guys don't mind.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Ansari says, I still have my old 16-bit Sega, and I have Streets of Rage as well as Shinobi 1 and 2. Those are the games that I survived the house move. That have survived the house move.
That's another thing that to me is very inherently retro. The fact that you have things physically. I tend to have everything digitally, but obviously my Super Nintendo games, my N64 games are like they take up space, and I think that's good because you can like I don't know, you can like make a shrine like even above my head. You can see those are my like
Is that
Super
games?
Nintendo. Yeah.
I love there's it's so aesthetically pleasing. It really, really
That
is.
is.
So yeah, you like people do shrines just to like demonstrate like how they love their games. You can even see those in like 360 and PlayStation 3 era where people have like the bunch of like CD cases, and I love that because right now we all have like Steam libraries which nobody can appreciate.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate your Steam library, Emongev.
I don't think you do.
I appreciate it. I
I
just
don't.
I go look at it sometimes when I'm just thinking of things. um Zyko says, God, if Xbox 360 and PS3 are considered retro, then I'm old. Older than
I
I
think
thought.
I think they are.
I would
Yeah.
consider them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
To me,
border. That's kind of my border. 360 and PS3.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was also Liam's.
Yeah. Generation before last. That's what I consider retro.
Yeah.
Generation.
I think it's
before.
retro if an emulator exists for it.
Well, hey,
Ooh.
there's Switch emulators.
Yeah, I was about to say
So
there has to be emulators for even the newest
Oh no,
games, right?
there's an emulator for Switch. So no. Okay,
Yeah.
I regret my
No,
statement.
you already said it.
Oh fuck.
The Switch did a pretty cool thing, where they added like that pass where you can play all the retro games on there.
Yeah.
yeah, but they got rid of Virtual Console, which sucks.
Is that what
Yeah,
that was?
Virtual console was the thing, but yeah.
They got rid of it?
Yeah, I think Wii U was the last one to have it.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, what's the one on the Switch called then?
It's just like a subscription based. It's because Virtual Console you owned digitally the games you got.
Oh yeah, let's go back to talk about that because I was half paying attention. So physically owned games. That's a retro concept.
I think it is. I think things like limited run try to inspire that retro feeling where you
Mhm.
buy a game and it has like a cool booklet, it has stickers. So you feel like you feel nice opening it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's an old concept.
The money says, since y'all are talking about retro games, how about Midtown Madness Road Rash? Hey, we did talk about that. Oh wait, and Virtual Cop 2. The money also says I played on the Windows XP. And
Nice.
does Game Boy Advance SP count as retro then?
Yes,
How would
absolutely
you
it
not
does.
consider it?
Yeah, yeah. It's all retro. It's like kind of techie talks and half listens. No, so it's kind of weird because with books, I collect books. I don't like having digital books,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm very into digital games. I'm perfectly fine not having a big library of like games. Does that make me a hypocrite? Maybe a little.
I think in this economy, having space to store anything is a luxury.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
So I think people store what they like. Like what I collect are Super Nintendo games because I love the Super Nintendo. But yeah, but like Steam games, even though nice, that's Mortal Kombat and Super Mario World.
Yep.
How many of these do you have? You already showed GoldenEye and like, is that your props?
There we
Is it
go.
just a bunch of cartridges?
No, it's not just cartridges.
What else you got
No, I
over
have
there?
more.
Show us your props.
Uh,
This segment
okay,
is
okay.
called Leon Prop Time, guys.
I have a GameCube.
Ooh,
You brought out the
That's the big
game.
prop.
Ooh.
Oh
with
my god.
This
the
is my
handle to
favorite
take it home.
console library of all time. The original Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games. So
Oh, nice.
The kiddo said, "Ain't shit throwing up the cube." Shit throwing up the cube. Oh my
got a
gosh.
SNES controller here.
Nice.
I have the
Oh.
whole setup.
Yeah, why do you
I
just
guess.
have the controller?
I just pulled stuff out of a like container I have. I don't know. I have like
The retro
everything
container.
from SNES to Switch. So I'm trying to build up handheld now
You're
and
Nice.
get
trying
an
to
NES.
what?
I'm trying to build up the handheld collection now because I have all the consoles,
Oh.
but not all the handhelds yet.
Damn.
I don't know. I have my favorite Wii game. I don't know.
We
I just grab
party?
random stuff. Yeah. Yeah, this was my childhood. This
Nice.
was what I played
Really?
with friends. Hell yeah.
Wow. I was a Wii
This game is really
Sports.
underrated.
I played Wii Fit. I did Wii Sports. Wii Fit did not help me lose weight, guys. Just letting you know. Um,
Did it only shame you with with the
it
thing
just
at
kept
the
it
time?
just kept shaming. I can hear the little sound in my head of when it weighed me.
Yeah. Duh, duh, duh.
And it gave you
It
like
should have.
your age, and you were
Oh
like ancient.
no no no! I was actually young at the time, so that didn't make me feel bad.
Okay.
No, but it told you you were older, or did it tell you were like your age?
I don't know. Oh my gosh! Yeah, it did say I was like old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh no! Bad memories. Oh, and sorry says, I have a case with ancient floppy B disks. They belong to my dad. He was a gamer. I know for a fact that one of them is the OG Prince of Persia, but I don't have a floppy B disk drive to run them.
Floppy B. Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Are
old.
those the black? Yeah, those are the black ones.
Yeah.
What's beyond
Yeah.
retro?
No.
Beyond retro.
Beyond retro. And sorry
Beyond
says,
retro is playing with rocks.
We Party was Liam's childhood. God, I feel old. Yeah, well, yeah,
We
that's
all.
Liam is literally here to make me feel old. That is his only job right now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I actually have you make me want my to bring out my old handheld game systems, and I did not bring them to the party. So, we're taking a break and you guys can talk to our
Okay.
guests. Feel free to curse and say all the unhinged stuff you would like to say.
I will say
Um,
all the slurs.
Yep,
All of them.
go for it. Every last one. Name every slur you know, actually.
What is your favorite
Okay.
retro slur?
Retro slur.
But yeah, I never had handhelds. Handhelds were my weak point. The way I played them was on my PC, because luckily when
Same.
I think they got emulated pretty fast. So that's how I
Oh, yeah.
experienced Pokemon Blue.
That's how I've experienced all the Pokemon games before the 3DS.
hmm
That's how I still play all my Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think in comparison, Liam, my first ever salary as a in college, I bought a Wii.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And my favorite game was actually Pasnic Tetris Party on the Wii, because it allowed you to use 4 Wiimotes and connect four no, sorry, no, Tetris Party, it had it had a mini game where you had like a little guy running around the pieces. Bomberman Party was the one that
Oh.
had support for 8 players. You connected 4 GameCube controllers and 4 Wiimotes, and
Oh, that's cool.
8 people could play.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I-
think anything did that until the Switch. Really.
I don't think I need to run anything. You guys got this. I should just leave my guests to talk.
So it just talks. We removed the techie, so it just talks.
I don't think they heard what you just said, Emongev. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It was such a good line, I'm sure. It was
It's like the stadium. There's no replays.
Such
Well,
bullshit.
in American sports, I think there are replays, but here there are not.
so I'm pretty sure they heard so it's just talks. And then that was
Okay.
it.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, so I went to grab this because this is
Are
it
you
looks
Kaiba?
Yes.
Business. We mean business here.
yeah, this is my old I mean it's not old, this is a 3DS,
Nice.
you know. And this is my very first Nintendo DS, Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know where my original
Ooh.
Game Boy Color is. I used to have a
is it
green
a-
one somewhere.
Is it 100 or a 101 in the back? You can see the model. AGS 101 or AGS 100?
Depends how bright the screen is, right?
Hold on. Let me see if I can make it do it.
Oh, it's a 001. Sorry, it's a 001.
Yeah, I was about to say I did not see the
Yeah.
number 100 or 001. I don't know what that means.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
It's where the backlight was not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020 I mean 2002. 2002, as some of the normies
It
say.
has 20. It's 23 years old.
What do I have in here?
Damn.
Oh my gosh. What? I have Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories in here.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's good shit. What do I have in this one, though?
Sell your
Pokemon
games to
Moon.
Liam. Liam needs them for his
Oh,
collection.
Liam, I got a game
Yeah.
for you. Would
Oh,
you
yeah?
like Shrek 2, the game?
Let's go!
Hold
I
on.
need it.
Lizzie McGuire. Hold on. Lizzie McGuire, Lizzie's Diaries, the second one.
I've definitely heard of that one before.
What else?
I miss the concept of licensed games. We kind of like let go of that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have Mario Party Advanced here. I didn't even know I had this. But yeah, these
That's
are
the
all
worst
my
one.
old games. It's the worst one. I have Shark Tales, the game.
Oh.
You were really into licensed games.
I mean, 90% of these.
McGuire,
Oh,
Shrek.
Brad's! I got Brad's! No. Oh my gosh, hold on. Tetris!
Let's go.
Hey.
Nice.
I know my other Pokemon game is here. This Pokemon game was the
Oh,
death
the trading card.
the original
trading
trading
card
card game. It does not have a save feature. It doesn't.
No.
I don't know.
Doesn't?
This one doesn't.
Oh, is it broken?
I don't
Game
know. I
design.
never could figure out how to save in this game. What else? Oh, my original Pokemon Yellow.
Hey, that's worth quite a bit.
Special Pikachu edition, you know.
Of course.
It was made in
The
Japan,
Pokemon with
guys,
the
just in case you don't
Tamagotchi.
know. Oh my gosh. I forgot all of these. This is weird. Oh my gosh, do you know what this is?
Nickelodeon. Was that like they put video on it?
Yeah. That you could
Yeah.
watch these 2 episodes of Rugrats All Grown Up. These
Oh.
specific
16-bit quality.
And say you could watch literally these 2 episodes of this show. That's why it's silver instead of yeah.
And at five frames per second.
It's crazy.
I'm sure the audio was fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing, you know?
I'm surprised that went right up.
Yeah.
I take care of my tech, okay? I might be seem
Did you like
ignorant.
just put batteries in it?
No. I probably haven't touched this in 5 years.
Wow.
Isn't the SP have like an integrated battery? Or do you have
Oh yeah, it does. You're
Hold
right.
on, I gotta blow up.
that thing is gonna leak anytime soon?
It's in the name Techy. That's actually a lie. Me and Tech do not get along, actually. Game
Gonna
Boy
become
Player.
analog for-
Let's get copyrighted strike by watching All Grown Up on the Game Boy SP.
It wouldn't detect it because it's that bad. You're fine.
Look, it's playing the episode.
Wow.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it actually looks really
Yeah,
good.
that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
How does it sound?
Yeah, I can hear it clearly.
Yeah, I think the mic is not picking it up.
I did get it. So then you choose which episode you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
All 2 of the episodes
All
on here.
the 2 episodes.
And it's look, my battery's already
replayability.
dead. But yep, that's I do have a green Game Boy Color somewhere.
That poor SP must be like, kill me. Kill me.
I do have its charger right here. So I still have the chargers and the games and all that stuff. But so I do keep that there. But that's as ancient as I got. I'm mad because I had Pokemon Crystal, which was my favorite game. But I don't know where it went. I have no clue over the years of where that went. Anyway, I made this a lot about me.
You're in the title.
Nah, but
Yeah.
nah, it's more about my guess. It's more about my guess.
It says TechyTalks, no.
It does say
Guest
Techy
Talks.
Talks. It doesn't say guest talks. You can, you know. So, there's something else I really wanted to talk about that I didn't write down because I'm not a good host.
You're the best. I've
Thank- I
been
appreciate. Have
through,
you
I
guys been
guess.
having fun? Have you guys been having a good time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good. Let me see if I missed anybody talking in chat. Zyketo says, "What a way to go, Zyketo! If it ain't Pokemon Yellow, I don't want none." Techie talks, and sometimes so do her guests. I do try. Actually, when the during the first Techie talks at the New Year's, they talked. Matt talked, and like it was crazy. We were all very very vocal people. Um, you know what this is actually making me realize though? I don't know that many retro games.
How dare you?
I don't know what
How
Streets
I
dare
of
can't
you.
believe
Rage,
this.
Streets of Rage, and Shinobi 1 and 2. I don't know what those games are.
Well, but that's maybe because it was a Sega, so maybe you were a Nintendo girl instead of a Sega girl.
I was more, yeah. I was really into the PlayStation 1 though.
Okay,
I think.
that was more of a. Did you play the Super Nintendo, or was that beyond your time?
I didn't play the Super Nintendo.
I mean, I guess I was more into handhelds. Like that's
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so maybe yeah, because I think the equivalent was the Sega Game Gear, which was the first color handheld, which had Sonic. Because back in those 8 times, it was Sonic versus Mario,
Yep.
Yep,
oh.
basically.
and I always wanted a Sega, but my parents got me a Super Nintendo, and I got so mad, and I ended up liking it anyways.
I'm just imagining
Yeah, right.
little Manji. No, I wanted this. Wait, which one did you want? The Super Nintendo?
No, I wanted the Sega
But
because
you got the Super Nintendo.
but yeah, because I was
Do you,
really into Sonic.
do you
Aw.
still want the Sega?
Oh, I got one as an old guy. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
like 5 years ago.
aren't you getting something soon? Or did you already get it?
No, that I bought a fancy N64. That's what I got.
Yeah, and like the new N64s.
Well, it's technically it's
New
like a
old.
fancy N64.
It's a remake.
Yeah, but it's because I never had a N64. N64 is like that's because I was a PS1 guy, so I
Oh.
never played the N64. I think like 2 days ago I tried to play Turok on the Switch Online thing,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was miserable. Holy shit!
Yeah.
We tried to play multiplayer shooting, and I was horrible. But I think it's what Liam said that shooters were horrible to play back then.
Yeah, because movement and looking were with one stick.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm actually trying to get my nephew to PC gaming. It's a hard transition. He's not taking it well.
What
He
was he at before?
he's plays on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
Because PlayStation 4, that's classic to him. Uh no, he plays on the PlayStation 5. He does play shooters, but we got him a PC and I set it all up for him. But he's just not ready to do mouse and keyboard. Like it's not natural to him. But I'm trying to like explain like you work on it, you're gonna love the game. Like you're gonna feel so much better playing shooters when you get on keyboard and mouse. It's so much better. There's so much more precision in it and everything. But he's not ready to like. He's only 13, so like he'll get there. I think.
Are you trying to get yourself a Valorant companion?
I did try to get him to play Valorant. I did. He didn't hate it. He's doing Marvel Rivals at the moment.
Hey,
What
nice.
a great game, guys. Such a great
Ooh.
game. Oh, so, Just checking chat. And moving this. Oh, I did want to ask. Did you guys ever do a midnight release, where you actually like had to go to the store at midnight and pick up games? None of you did
No.
that.
It's because in Latin America that was like
Games
we
don't
didn't
get
have.
here.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It's
Wait,
not at the same time
how does
usually.
that work? How
Oh,
later? How much later do you guys get it? And Amanji, where are you? Because he said he was
I'm in
chilling.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rican, yeah.
Um, yeah. So people import games and they come out when the stores get them. I don't know when the ship gets
Yeah.
with the games. So there was not like no. Sometimes they were like midnight releases, but it was all like fake, right? And I think,
Oh.
well, at least here, people were not into like doing that. They were more of a like doing a thing. But I remember like watching the midnight releases in the U.S. and I was like, I that would be so cool
Wait, how
to
much
be a part of.
later would it be?
Well, right now things get here really quickly, but back then, I don't know, like
A week to a month.
no, even more. Like in my childhood, things got here like 6 months after.
Wait, so we were like,
Yeah.
so we would, for example, we got GoldenEye, and you
Yeah.
guys wouldn't get it for like a week or two after?
The whole
Not right
country
away.
would not know GoldenEye existed until 6 months
Oh my
after that
gosh.
because there was no internet.
Yeah, my mind. Oh my gosh, I don't even consider it like that. Yeah, like it's not like you didn't know that all these kids in America were playing it. You had the game would just come out when it came out for you guys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
Oh
only way to know would be like
wow.
magazines.
Yeah, and we did have magazines, but they were like timed to our schedule
Right.
Yeah.
because we had like a Nintendo Power, but it was the Mexican version. So when it
Okay.
got to Mexico, the game probably the magazines would come a little bit later than the games.
Wait, how'd you know it was a week later then?
Because I've researched it now as an older guy, where like when did games get here?
Oh, so as a kid
But
you did have no idea.
no,
You,
we
No.
the games just got here.
wow. I mean, I guess it used to happen with Japanese games and stuff. I remember that with the anime industry when I was a young anime watcher. Like everything would come out in Japan way before it would come here, even the subbed version, and
Like
subs
for
were a lot
example,
slower. Mm.
the NES, the American version, came out in '85, but the NES was still like relevant when I was like 10 years old, which was like I don't know, like 12 years after that date. People only had NES at that time. It's because yeah, like things did not get imported. Sometimes they were too expensive, so they brought them, but nobody bought them because import fees. So yeah, like back then we were like 10, 15 years behind the US.
Who was the first? Like who got all the gaming stuff first?
Like to sell?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, was it the U.S. or was it?
Oh no,
Japan.
Japan.
That's what I.
Japan,
That's what
probably,
I.
yeah.
Yeah. Japan got all the good stuff first. They were getting all the anime
Because that's where
first.
everything was developed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. They had all the good. They were ahead on the geek industry. Japan knew what they were doing with the geeks.
Yeah.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
Sega, all that stuff. Dano To said, "Don't listen to Emonge. He's a liar."
He's right. I can lie.
I can lie. And Sorry said, "Oh my god, I remember gaming magazines. I used to blow off my allowance on them and then get scolded by my parents. Be on the lookout for the next issue with Resident Evil cheat codes." Keeney
cheat
says
cheat
games would always release in Japan first.
cheat codes is also like a retro concept. Games don't have cheat
Yeah.
codes anymore.
Mother
Yeah.
load. That's the cheat code I know for
That's to The
Sims.
Sims, right?
Yep. I
Yeah.
used to. That's the one I would use. Mother load all the time.
I
For
think the ones
Sims, I
that
use
used the most were for StarCraft.
oh, there's no cow level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sorry says, and let's not forget the ultimate cheat code of all time: up, up, down, down, left, right, start, select. I thought it was BA start. Wait,
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
BA start.
start, select is what they.
Fun
Okay.
fun fact. Planet Cube Edge has a secret room access with the contract with the Konami code.
You heard it here. First and only. He never said that anywhere else ever.
Has it
Yeah.
ever been found?
I don't know. I haven't seen everyone play, but I've never seen like nobody talk about it on the internet. But again, it's too
Hold
small of
on,
a
I gotta
game.
go talk about it on the internet now. Danato
You
says,
got the exclusive.
how does Liam have more facial hair than me? He's 13.
Fuck you, Dano.
Dana, are you just here to roast my guess?
Bandano.
How is he a VIP? When did
Remove
that
it. Give it to me.
happen? What were we saying? Oh yeah, scarcity. Yeah, so you guys got it like a week or so after without even knowing that you were getting it that
No,
late.
not even a week. Months after that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But you didn't know, so no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah, we didn't know.
No.
And we're kids, like, you know.
Yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned the gaming magazines. Something I really liked as an old school retro PC gamer, were like was it like PC Gamer magazine, which came with a CD with demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was that? What was that gaming? Every time Liam agrees with something, I just think he's just saying it to sound.
No, no, I
no, I know
did
you
know
did.
about
I
that.
know you actually did, but that's the funny part. Every time you say it, I'm like in my head.
L- Liam is young in body but old in
He
spirit.
really is. Like
Oh
that's not a
yeah.
lie. That's so true. Tanner, you're never getting mod here. I know I'm a mod in your chat, but you're not getting
That's a
mod.
horrible idea.
It's funny because some older demo games came in the cereal boxes here in Chile.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
happened here
And
too.
some complete games like I played Starkey and Hutch through that.
Oh.
Oh.
And that's a very old game that I really like.
Yeah. What Game Former? Was that the magazine? There was this.
Game Informer.
Yeah, that's the magazine I used to actually get as a kid. You know what game I played so much as a kid? Halo. Halo was I played so many hours of Halo. Like we used to have lane. Not, do you call it a lane party if it's like multiple
LAN.
Xboxes? LAN.
LAN.
Yeah, I'm an English major. I get
Are you calling them lame?
they're lame. Lane parties. Is that kind of Arby and the chief? Yeah, chief. I can't
Yeah,
read. I can't
Chief.
speak. It's fine. Whatever. Um, no, so yeah, we used to like set up 3 different Xboxes in different parts of the house, um, so that nobody could like screen snipe. Because so the teams would go into different rooms in the house, and everyone would bring their Xbox, and everyone would go into a different room, and nobody wanted to be in the hot room, so the team that lost would have to go over to the hot room, and like that's the kind of stuff that you don't get nowadays. And I mean, you get your own form of those things nowadays. Like those little tradition moments and funny things.
Doesn't feel the same though.
It doesn't feel the same,
No.
but is it because we're old?
I mean, Liam is not.
We
No, Liam is. I will defend Liam's spirit.
yeah, Liam's
Thank you. Thank you.
we're only talking about Liam's spirit.
I did do like LAN parties too, but it was for Minecraft multiplayer. You could
Okay.
host on LAN. So like my
Oh,
neighbor
yeah.
would come over, like a few friends, and then we'd set up like laptops and like the different computers in my house, and we'd all play Minecraft together. Because back then, like we didn't even know how to connect on like online servers that well.
Mhm.
So like LAN parties were the only ways that we knew because we were like fucking 6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think yeah, I'm a fan of those times, because I think I think in-person gaming, even though we're all looking at screens, feels different. Like I don't know, someone's gonna like if we're playing Minecraft, someone stays in the house and goes brings like cokes to everyone and like some snacks and cooks the popcorn in the microwave. I don't know. I think there's a lot of value on that thing, which I actually am sad that people will not experience. But I like, for example, I have like two like nephews who are 2 years old. I will probably try and like have them have that experience, because I think it's invaluable to the gaming experience. Right now, like sitting in your computer is Discord kind of feels similar, but it's not the same.
No.
Um, and like even like two persons playing with a controller right next to each other, and if someone gets mad, they like swat the controller out of the other person's hands because they're annoyed. Like that's something that you will never get like with online multiplayer. But I think it's part of like becoming old. Um, but yeah, recently, like as an anecdote, like in our company, we had like the Christmas party, and we've been organizing something called like the Suna Olympics. And it's basically like we do like a wheel of names with games from the Super Nintendo, N64, PS1 era, and teams go 1v1 against each other again with games they've never played because they're probably too old.
Oh,
And I think people really
Yeah.
love that experience,
I love
because even
that.
though people don't like do that anymore, like being like sitting next to the person you're competing is it's a whole other experience. So yeah, I think people should do that more.
There is something really special about living in those, like reliving those kind of past moments and bringing them to a newer generation. Um, I don't know if it's just nostalgia or not, but yeah, when I look back on those times in Halo or doing those kind of things, it's very warm. I don't know if I could ever replicate it now that I'm older. Like, I'm not bringing a bunch of Xboxes and putting on Halo 1. It's just not going to feel the same, you
Not
know?
with that attitude.
What?
Not with that attitude.
Oh, I need a better. You're right. It's my attitude that's wrong, man.
But I agree with Pasnic, Techy, because I've brought like well, it was like I don't know, like 5 years ago. It was in the Xbox One era, but we did LAN parties on the Xbox One era with Halo co-op. We did like complete the games, but with four people in with different TVs around the room and people just yelling at each other. So I think you can still do that. Like even as Liam said, Minecraft, you could do that with people. I think I think what is I think at least for me, I'm not gonna speak for everyone. I think the people is the hard part. Like you could get the games, you could get the TVs, but having people come over is increasingly harder, or like having people willing to like have the experience is increasingly difficult with time, because people are I don't know. I think we have less. I think we have less of that. I don't know, having in-person parties and things like that. Um, but I think that's the hard part, getting people. So if like for example, if I ever go to wherever you're located, Techie, I'd be willing to do a LAN party. I don't know. I'd get an old Xbox Classic on eBay, and we can do Halo 2 Legendary campaign.
Yeah, replicating the magic in a way. But I guess the I I guess my problem is that I need to stop thinking of it as replicating and start thinking of it as like a new experience, another, I can't connect it to the old
Yeah.
experience. Otherwise, it's not going to ever have the same magic as when I was a kid. I gotta.
Mhm.
My problem is cutting that, that feeling of nostalgia and having a new feeling of like now I'm older and I can appreciate it in a different way than I did back then. But I really liked. I would definitely have an amazing time playing,
Yeah,
bringing
and
a
I
bunch
think
of Xboxes.
you can make new experiences. Like with my young nephews, I'll probably try and recreate that, like having them each one be on a, I don't know, on a, or like for what they say in chat, like having a Crash Team Racing tournament, like in person. I think people will enjoy it. We have bigger TVs, so split screen
Yeah.
is less horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
TVs are
for
also
sure.
cheaper and more easily available. You can get a bunch of TVs all over the place now without much cost. Let me read some of these chats. Hold on.
And for LAN party concept, transportability of CRTs was horrible.
Oh yeah.
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 It's so easy to transport things now, and
Yeah.
yeah. And sorry says I remember buying magazines in Dino Crisis walkthrough. That game was rough. I had Pokemon walkthrough magazines, not because Pokemon was hard to, just because I liked all the pictures of all the different. That's how you had to know what the Pokédex was. You didn't know what
Mm.
Pokemon were in the game unless you got the magazine for them. Like I said, I used to have Smash Bros tournaments with my friends and my brother. Some of the best times I've ever had gaming. Yeah. And sorry says, oh my god,
I'm
my
actually
brother.
doing that for my birthday. Sorry to interrupt.
You are?
I'm doing a Tekken and Smash Bros tournament for my birthday.
Yeah.
Which
Ooh.
Tekken?
Yeah. Tekken 8, the new one.
Oh, okay, the
Okay.
newer one.
Yeah.
I
I've
was a
been
Soul
really
Calibur
into it
person.
lately.
I love Soul
I
Calibur.
have Soul Calibur 6. I've barely played it though.
I played Soul Calibur 2 a lot. I was actually pretty good at it.
Which one's your favorite character, Teggy?
I like Talon. Is that how it's said? I don't know. The Wind Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked her. I also played the short brown haired one with the sword.
I
I
don't
know
know.
which one you are talking about.
I just
I
don't
don't remember the
her name.
names.
I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, says Siegfried all the way.
I played Boldo.
Sorry, I'm reading chats. And sorry says, or just play split screen and looking at where the other player is standing to find them and kill them. No, that's why we had to separate different rooms because I couldn't trust people.
But
That's
if
why
everyone's doing it, then it's fair.
No, that's why I have trust issues today. People just cheat. I am so against that. Like I hate the idea of cheating.
There's a game that takes advantage of that thing called Screen Cheat, where you're playing split screen and everyone's invisible. But if you look at what they're looking on their screen, you can kind of identify where they're at. So you just shoot at them.
That's so fun. I love creativity like that. As a kiddo says, the old cardboard in the middle of the screen trick. Oh yeah, I think we did blanket forts.
Oh, okay.
Where
Put a blanket.
we would cut the screen in half. Like you would tape a blanket half the screen, and one person would go under the blanket, and one person would sit on the bed with the blanket. It was very hot under the blanket though. If you did that during summer, which is the most time when you play video games. So, as a kid. Yeah. I would love to recapture that magic a little bit, but I don't know the last time I've in person played video games with people. Do you think it's just the in person factor of it?
I think it's most of it. I usually routinely have people over to play video games.
Brag
I think
about it. Okay, go.
Well,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I think it still preserves the magic. Obviously, I think we do mostly like local multiplayer games, but I think having people over to play video games is still a nice experience. Um, and also a lot of people come here to play Rock Band, which is also like a
I love
like a
that.
good drinking and chilling game. So
Yeah.
it is fun.
What do you
I
play?
think what?
In your rock band, what instrument?
Oh, I play all of them, obviously.
You just play them all? You don't have
Yeah.
people playing
At the same time.
He plays the whole. He's actually a one man band. His
I'm
friends
one of
just
those
watch
guys that
him.
has like an harmonica here. like
Yeah.
holding it.
I always tried to play
The
the
drum on your
drums.
back.
I always tried to play the drums.
Yeah, my favorite is singing and drums.
Yeah.
Guitar, I feel, is boring to me.
Well, if I wanted to play guitar, I'd play Guitar Hero. That's how I felt about it.
Or you classist, elitist, Guitar Hero
Wow.
elitist.
No, I loved both those games actually. Rhythm games are fun. Was that revolutionary? That felt pretty revolutionary.
Would Just Dance be considered kinda retro?
Yeah,
Dance
I
Dance
think so.
Revolution.
Well, yeah, DDR definitely, but I think
Yeah.
the issue with that with Just Dance is that they keep coming out.
Yeah,
Every year.
that's
It's like, would you consider FIFA retro? Well, there's a new one every year, so
yeah,
if you,
that's my
they don't let it die.
And sorry
if I should have.
says. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
And sorry says, well, my niece and nephew play Roblox on the same on the same room. I still see in them what we had. The teasing or when one of them touches the other screen to mess with them. So they kind of still have that, but not the quite the same probably. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, is it that's why I'm wondering if is it just being in the same room or is just a bit of childlike wonder in it? I don't know. Cuz I don't know because I haven't played with someone in the same room on like a couch uh co-op in a while.
I think the scarcity also helped because back then, I don't know, only one of your friends had a N64. So you had to go to his house to play it. And it was like an event because you
Yeah.
didn't have video games at your place. So you were like, oh my God, I'm going to John's house to play uh, Mario Party on the N64. So, like, you really appreciated games. Right now, they're so plentiful that you don't feel the same way about games. Like people buy games and they don't beat them because I think in general we have a worse attention span, but also we have easier access to video games.
Doesn't that shame you? Do you not beat your
Kinda.
games? How dare
No,
you?
no. It's the fact that I tend to buy them and don't play them.
Oh, I have millions of those.
Steam
Yeah.
sales,
You want to see my
30
Yeah.
mil.
my Steam library? Oh my gosh. How many do I have? How many? I have about 400 games in my Steam library. I probably play 20. But
I think
is that a bad thing? Is it a good thing?
like there's a calculator and I've played 44% of my games. Just play them, open them at any point.
There's a calculator.
Yeah, where is that
Yeah.
calculator?
You go to steamdb.info/calculator. Just put your
Steam DB.
.info/calculator. And it'll also tell you how much your Steam account is technically worth.
This feels invasive.
Well, it uses public info, so if your profile is not public already, it won't be able to tell you.
Which of my names is it?
Mine's private.
Provide a valid URL?
You go to your profile, copy your Steam
Uh,
profile, and then you put it, unless you know your Steam ID.
I thought I
I just put in my
did.
username and it worked.
I have played 68% of my games.
What am I?
Oh, you're not that bad.
Apparently not, but I'm pretty sure I haven't finished that many.
Okay, yeah, finish them is harder to calculate.
This is wait. Why am I having such a hard time with this? View my profile. Copy. Put in there. I've I have played 42%. That's actually not bad.
Yeah, you're around the same percent as I have.
Yeah, I played 164 of my 386 games. But that's just like
Okay.
opening them.
Yeah. It's very hard to determine whether you complete a game or not.
Yeah, I did not complete those.
And I think Steam is good for Steam for not to not tell you that because you'd probably be like, oh, I will not buy games anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still buy them though.
It does
Yeah,
it does remind
same.
me of the scarcity though. It does. Games are so readily available
Mhm.
these days. I don't know if I'd say too readily available because I like it. I like just being able to be like there's so many options. And I don't has the quality gone down?
No, I don't think so.
I've seen that in the movie industry, but I haven't seen that yet happen in the gaming industry.
That the quality goes down.
Yeah, movie like at least story-wise for movies. Um
I think it's because movies like right now, if you want to go deep in story, you have to go into those like seasons of in Netflix where there's 8 episodes and
yeah.
each
Yeah,
of them is 2 hours long.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
what I watch. Oh,
yeah,
and sorry said my family and I do that. I don't know what this is. Whenever we have family gatherings, we shuffle between board games or PS, Xbox fighting games. Last week we played Tekken and I lost each match to my brother's wife. Pac-Man says imagine finishing games.
imagine.
And sorry says finishing a game is not always on the table. Took me 4 months to finish Arkham Knight because I refused to look up a guide and all those Riddler collectibles. That's a good question. What is finishing? Did I wouldn't count collectibles as finishing.
Yeah,
I
no
think once you reach the
no,
credits.
Yeah.
yeah,
credits.
credits is the safe way to do it.
Okay, we're all in agreement there then. That's good. Pac-Man says at family gatherings we play cards till someone gets mad and storms off.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds.
You could make that funner by doing that same thing but with Mario Party.
Oh, I love getting people mad in Mario Party.
It's so fun.
We were actually just talking about playing Risk. I actually love playing Risk. But it's people. I don't know. It's a great game, but a lot of people don't want to invest the time in it. Um,
Yeah, I've never played Risk, but I've heard it's really long.
the
I
board.
have I have a game called StarCraft, the board game. I can never bring it out to table because it takes at least 3 hours to finish,
Oh,
and 2 hours to explain the game because it's complex
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah,
board games are tough. I can.
Yeah.
I need a board game. I need. You know what? I need more people in my life that like play games in general. I don't have enough people like in my area.
yeah,
My
same.
family are not those people. They'll do it on like I guess on vacations and stuff like that. But unless we're like down the shore for a week or something, they're not playing board games
Yeah,
or
it's funny.
video
And here in
games.
here in Costa Rica, there's like a like an Instagram group where they try to like it's called like creating third spaces. So they just like go to a place and they bring a bunch of board games and people just who want to meet new people just sit down and meet new people by via board games, which I think is a great way to meet people.
Yeah,
I've
that
done
sounds
that.
awesome.
It's nice.
Such a good hobby. Games are so fun when you find the right people. I did
Yeah,
D&D for a while. I loved that.
Same.
I
I've
haven't done
never.
D&D. I want to.
That's a
Yeah,
classic. That's retro. D&D
that is
is
pretty
yeah,
retro.
that's pretty retro. Um and Baldur's Gate is D&D. So, that was actually really cool for me to see.
Mhm.
Hold on, I'm reading. I'm reading chat. I'm not ignoring you guys. um Pac-Man says that sounds amazing to your
Yeah, the
yeah.
meetups.
Yeah. And sorry says, yeah, I can't recall how many storm offs we had during Uno games. Yeah.
Who knows? It's
Pac-Man.
so fun.
Yeah, Uno's brutal, man. Monopoly's the worst. Uh Mario Karts can get pretty bad. Mario Party can get pretty bad. Pac-Man says, "Okay, I played 58% of my games poggers." Yeah.
Pasnic is still the winner so far.
Wait, how much did you say?
68%.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 out of 3. No,
That's
more than 2 out of 3.
that's pretty. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
the
good.
thing is, like, I'm seeing the statistics, and there is like 90 games I never played. Then it's like 47 games I played 0 to 1 hour. It's like
Okay.
I opened them, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I think a lot of my games, I literally just opened them once to check that they work, and then I just never went back to them. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about. I did want to talk. Well, we kind of did talk about like how games evolved throughout the years a little bit, but
Yeah, I
no,
think we've.
Yeah.
we kind
I
of
think
covered that.
visually, game design wise, yeah. Arcade games were brutal.
They were, and you had to pay for every play.
Yeah. I
I
remember
think,
I never paid, but I just sit down and watch other people play. They spent so much money. I remember seeing a guy beat Metal Slug. He must have spent so much money.
wow.
That's ugh.
Doesn't that make it? It feels like community because I always saw those moments in like because I was a little later than the arcade era. I had consoles when I was very
Mhm.
young, so I kind of missed the whole arcade thing. I didn't do that. But it felt always so cool when you're watching a show and they showed that. And everyone's like gathered around one arcade machine game and they're all like cheering this guy on as he's trying to get like the high score and stuff. And that always felt so cool, like a big community.
Like I think it sold prettier than it was, at least for me, because they used to be like, I don't know, weird people. They were all smoking because smoking was a thing
Yeah.
back then. So each arcade had like an ashtray next
Yeah.
to the buttons. And I just and like it was like a dangerous place. But yeah, I just like watched a little bit. I never spent a lot of time there. But yeah, I think it's glorified. There's a little bit of nostalgia glasses there. But yeah, I think it wasn't as pretty as it looked.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, they romanticize all that kind of stuff. But
Mhm.
it did always seem kind of cool for everyone to be gathering around a game, cheering someone on, trying to get the high score. But you're probably right. I mean, it's probably no different than today's nerds and gamers that they can come off as really creepy and weird sometimes, even in these days.
Yeah, I think the people who maybe you think now go to bars, some of them went to arcades.
It's kind of crazy to think about, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Pasnic is saying numbers. I mean, no, Pac-Man is saying numbers. I do it all the time, Pasnic, all the time. I blame Dano. It's his fault. He got it stuck in my head. Pac-Man says,
Yeah.
I don't know. I miss standing next to someone playing a fighting game against them. Yeah, see, it's not just romanticized. It is, like, there is something about standing next to someone and playing
No,
an
definitely, yeah.
arcade machine game. Um, I also feel like
Like,
achievements felt so much bigger back then. When you actually like achieved a high score on one of those things, it felt I don't know.
Yeah, because they kept the arcade machine connected, so you knew the high scores were actual people.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like
yeah.
I think it's funny when I boot up a console game and it has like a leaderboard and it's only me, and I'm like, okay, this is so
Uh,
weird because I feel alone in the world.
it
It's just like a
does.
bunch of bots.
It makes you feel so I didn't even think about that. It makes you feel more alone.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something oh my gosh. Pasnic?
Yeah, me, Pac-Man, I want to
You
say
Pac-Man?
uh, that in here, for example, there is a bar called Insert Coin, where you can go and you go to the place, you drink your stuff, of course, but they also lend you like N64, Wii to play in the place, and it's a really fun experience. It kind of reminds you a little of that, but there is too much noise because there is more people nearby.
That's pretty cool. We have gamer bars, like adult gamer bars. None in my area, but I know like there's a bunch of them spread throughout the United States and Canada. Um, they seem pretty cool, but I've never been to one because
I've been to a couple in San Francisco, and the experience was amazing. They even have like a rock band stage where you just played with strangers, and the energy was so
Oh,
like
that's fun.
because everyone was drunk. Obviously, the energy is in the on the roof, but they're like. I remember I was like I think I was playing the drums, and the girl who was playing guitar was like, "Oh my god, you're so great!" And it's like a stage, and people are watching, and I don't know. I really love the experience, and they had like a bunch of projectors because it was like a warehouse. So they had like a bunch of projectors, so you could like just sit and like stand in the middle, have a drink, and look at all the like people playing Smash, people playing Rocket League, people playing other games, and it was pretty cool. I think that's a thing that I'd like to steal from the U.S. and bring to Latin America.
yeah, I've been to one and it was pretty cool. I didn't get to stay for long though, so that kind of sucks. Oh, and sorry says who remembers King of Fighters or Art of Fighting? I don't know what either of those are.
I know King of Fighters.
King of Fighters, yes.
Explain it to us,
Art of
Liam.
Fighting, I'm
Hmm?
I said, go on, explain it to us. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so that was on the Neo Geo and in a lot of arcades, especially in Latin America. I think it was popular, right?
Yeah,
Because that was
yeah.
like the only thing you guys could afford. Like you couldn't
yeah,
afford Street Fighter, so you guys had. Yeah, I learned
yeah.
about a lot of this when they added Terry Bogard to Smash Ultimate.
I think it wasn't
So
that we couldn't afford it. I think it was because in the US, when they shipped it to the US, people wanted like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, so they never made any money. So they just shipped them to Latin America because that's what we had. So people like it. There's always like a meme about people like Latin Americans all like naturally knowing how to play King of Fighters.
Really good game though.
Nice.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Pac-Man's insulted because his name is Pac-Man and I didn't invite him to the retro gaming talk.
Damn.
No, he said Pac-Man, but then again, I'm literally named after an arcade game, so I might not be representative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not biased. That's why you like the idea of arcade games. My favorite arcade game was Dig Dug. That's the one I played the most. I don't know what it was about it that I really liked, but yeah. Pac-Man,
That's the
honestly, I'm more insulted that I didn't get insulted to the singing one. Because I didn't invite you to
what?
the singing. I did a singing one that he came in for, and he was insulted that I didn't invite him to the singing one.
Nice.
It's literally all I do every day, he says.
Dig Dug's the one where you like inflated enemies and blew them up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
dinosaur, and you dig, and yeah,
You had like a pump.
yes, and
Mhm.
yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, retro games sounds. I love the sound of retro games. Um, even because I the reason I thought about it was because I'm hearing that little pump sound in my head right now, and I can't replicate it, but it's just I can hear it. Um, oh my gosh, and now I'm thinking of all the Mario sounds, the Sonic music. Um,
Oh yeah, that's my usually my Spotify like wrapped is a bunch of like video game music. In general, I think video game music is amazing because since it doesn't have any lyrics, I just kind of like zone in into whatever I'm doing.
my first Sonic game was I know this is I my mind got there for a reason, guys. I promise. Um, I promise I'm not just coming out of this for no reason. Um, my first Sonic game was Sonic Heroes.
Okay.
So the reason I say that is because the music made me think of that actually did have lyrics in its music.
Yes,
Um,
it did.
it gets stuck in my head a lot. The Sonic Heroes. It gets stuck in my head all the time. So, and I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what? A lot of video games don't have lyrics to their music. It's because it's just meant to be background music. But Sonic did have a tendency to have lyrics to a lot of its songs in
I
its
think
games.
after Sonic Adventure, they started doing that.
Yeah.
I think actually Sonic CD on the Sega CD had lyrics. It had Sonic Boom on that one.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah.
like talking about music, something I want to mention, and I don't know if it applies to anyone, but I remember playing a lot of like the Tony Hawk games on the PS1, which
Yeah.
had licensed rock music.
Yeah.
That defined my music tastes in those years.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
and I still listen to a lot of those soundtracks. Punk, Papa Roach, I don't know, Social Distortion. And it's funny because games don't do that anymore. Like very few of them do. Um, but I think I don't know. It's another thing that we stopped doing it because I don't know. Everything became expensive to license, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
I
that's
hate
why.
you, DMCA.
Yeah.
DMCA ruined everything. How dare artists want to get paid for things? Just, yeah. Or how dare the people not want to pay them? Pac-Man says, I have Pokemon Yellow 8-bit music in my general music I listen to.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
Pac-Man also says, I'm playing a lot of Metal Hellsinger right now. Good stuff.
Metal Hellsinger has a banger of a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, gaming music I when I watch the gaming awards, at the end they always do an orchestra version of all the things, and I that is so always so much fun. Mostly because of the guy. There's that one guy who like goes crazy with it. Do you know who I'm
Yeah,
talking
like the
about?
flute and the crazy hair.
Yeah, yeah. Every year
Yeah,
he like
yeah.
goes really hard into it, and it's so awesome. But there's something so pretty about orchestral versions of those song of those they're songs, right? You call that song instrumental,
Yeah.
even though they're
Yeah.
instrumental, they're still songs, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a music
Yeah.
person, okay?
I think that's more of an English speaker thing.
I'm not an English speaker.
Um,
I only got a degree in English, okay? I only got one of them. I
the actual name is soundtracks.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Thank you,
That,
Pasnic.
that it doesn't matter to me, to be honest, if you call it songs, because they are songs.
No, but I was looking for a specific word and song didn't sound right and soundtrack sounds right and now thank you. You're my favorite guest here right now.
Let's go. Yeah, take out a prop.
Yeah, yeah, Liam, you gotta earn some
Oh god.
points.
Oh, okay.
Pac-Man
Hold on.
says I usually go to a yearly movie orchestra concert. Missed it this year though. That's awesome.
Does anyone know what this is?
It looks
Bonus
like
points if
it
you
looks
know
like
what
a
it is.
DS cartridge.
It's a GameCube memory card.
Yeah,
It's a
GameCube memory
memory.
card.
Oh my gosh, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
This is
I got this with Wind Waker.
Nice.
wow.
I've never played Wind Waker. I really want to play it someday.
Oh, really? It actually holds up really well.
Yeah, I think the art
And it
style
still
makes
looks
it,
great.
yeah,
I haven't played
ageless.
any Zelda,
I played
I haven't
one.
played any Zelda.
Do you guys want to guess the one Zelda I
nor
played?
Final Fantasy.
The one
Wait.
Zelda you've played.
Wow, you never played neither of them?
Nope.
That's crazy. Yeah, I played.
Pasnic is,
Okay,
is
that's a
is
lie. I played
making a
two.
great point of why was he invited here.
I was like, why were you? Why are you? Nah, no. Basnick made a clear point of why he was here. That's why
I'm
I already
kidding.
just said he's my favorite guest. Uh, he's here to give me emotional support that you guys aren't. I'm kidding.
So what's the Zelda you've played, Techy?
Yeah, I guess I played one. Well, I played two. I did play Tears of the Kingdom, the newest one. Um,
Okay.
but there was one Zelda that I played on the GameCube.
Twilight
Okay.
Princess.
I did. I played Twilight Princess on the GameCube. It was the only Zelda, and it's my favorite Zelda for that reason.
Very edgy of you, Techy.
Actually, I do think I like it the best. I've watched all the other Zelda playthroughs, and there's something I really love about the darkness of Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, and that you become a wolf. I'm a furry, guys, apparently. Um,
I
but
actually really like Twilight Princess too. Like,
yeah,
it's probably my second favorite 3D Zelda game. It's really good. It's like the
yeah.
most underrated one right now, I'd say.
Midna is such a good character too. Annoying but good.
Yeah, I don't like Midna.
I
If you're
do.
a furry and you like Zelda, you should play Okami.
I got Okami. I just bought
Yeah.
it. I bought the original because they had it on sale because Okami 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's on my list of things to play.
You'll probably love it. Okami is such a
Yeah.
charming game.
I've seen like a lot of clips and I've seen people play a little bit of it.
It had janky ass Wii
Yeah.
mechanics,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
but
had it on Wii.
it was fun.
Oh, I'm excited to play that because
Yeah.
it seems like such a fun game. Art looks pretty impressive too. So I'm
And
ready
I
for it.
love that the dog is just a dog.
It's not a
Why can't we
god.
do that more?
I thought it was a
Like
god.
he doesn't talk. He expresses himself as a dog would. He acts like a dog, and I know he's a god, but he acts like a dog.
Oh, okay. Is
I
Okami a
do have to
he?
correct you. I'm sorry.
Isn't it she?
Yeah,
She.
she.
See,
Yeah,
I
It's
know things.
Amaterasu. It's
Yeah.
a yeah.
Guys, I know
yeah.
things. I knew that.
hmm
I want Cookie now for that. No, I know that because of I played Marvel vs. Capcom, and Amaterasu was the person I played a lot. I literally just called him
Was
a
that in
person.
Marvel vs. Capcom?
3.
Yeah, that's the
And
third
then
one.
in the third one, yeah.
You could be Amaterasu.
really?
Yep.
Interesting.
I
In
was.
that one, I used to play Finish Right.
You could play 3 people
They
in that one, right? You did. It was like a
yeah.
triple thing. So I did Amaterasu, Morgana, and I forget who I'm pretty sexist, guys. Oh, that's actually a good point for retro gaming. There was a time when you couldn't play a female character, like for the long.
Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid. Not that you could tell. No,
That-
for Pokemon, for they finally when they first introduced the second Pokemon generation, that's when you could start playing. Well, no, Crystal.
It was Crystal. Yeah.
Crystal. That's why Crystal was my favorite because they finally added the girl character with the blue pink tails. And I got so excited when I saw you could play as the female character. So I got rid of the other one and I was like, I'm playing Crystal now, and I got really attached to Crystal. Because it was weird for a while if you couldn't be a female character, and I'm really for some reason obsessed with playing as female characters.
Misogyny is also a retro concept in gaming.
No, go
Because
on.
yeah, you're right. And you girls got snubbed from a lot of things. Like in my childhood, I remember like a lot of girls did not play video games because it was a boys thing.
Hmm.
I don't know if that was the case in the US, but
Yes.
here it was a lot. So I remember a lot. There was a point in college where a girl was dating a guy, and she was like, my boyfriend really likes games, but I never got to do that. So I want you to teach me about video games. And I actually like took her through video games, and I'm like, this is the NES. You have to play the NES. This is the Wii. Because at that time the Wii was the biggest thing. But yeah, it was interesting. And I think that's a positive because right now I think gaming is a lot more gender agendered. Like nobody cares what gender you
Yeah.
are. But before it
Right.
was a very male oriented thing. And you could see it like on the fighting games, the girls are really, really, really pretty.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty.
pretty,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
The armors were very convenient.
Yeah, good for
Did,
movement and
did you know that?
flexibility.
Did you know that in one of the Dead or Alive, you could move the controller like this when you win with a female character to make it
Yeah, the
Jiggle.
boob physics.
Boob
the boob
physics.
physics.
You need boob
Yeah,
physics.
like
Yeah.
why?
As a woman, I don't feel represented unless there are boob physics. You know.
Yeah, obviously.
And it was
Um.
funny when a game had boob physics, but they were like broken. So they did like something, and
Oh,
the boobs went like insane.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
Lara Croft, the square boob. I mean the triangle
The triangle
Triangle.
boobs.
boobs.
Yeah.
Always. That's an art.
These
That's an art thing,
games.
but it's something that always comes up. Lara Croft was actually a big thing for girl gamers.
Yeah,
I do, and same as Samus. Samus.
Yeah.
Same,
Samus.
Samus
Yeah, Samus.
was also a pretty big one. When yeah, um, it has become more inclusive. It has definitely. I feel a lot easier as a girl gamer now than when I was growing up gaming. It was very male dominated space. It is still a very male dominated space. X any female streamer, like any of the big female streamers, they all tell you that gaming is still very. There's misogyny in it still.
Yeah.
When you play Valorant, you're not, females aren't going to
Yeah.
have the same experience as guys. I'm
Yeah,
just,
I think I
yeah, go ahead.
no, I think it's just sequels from the past
Mhm.
because I think the fact that it was male oriented before now makes males feel threatened by girls coming into the space. So I think that's where everything comes out. So there's like, I don't know, a girl says she's a gamer and a guy is like, name 20 games or things like
Yeah.
that. It's just gatekeeping because they feel threatened.
That might be
But
where it
yeah.
comes from. Yeah. It's just we as females still have to prove of ourselves as gamers, but we're not as stigmatized for it. We're not as like, ooh, you're a girl, you shouldn't be gaming. It's more of a, you need to prove that you're one of the gamer girls, that you're actually one
Yeah.
of the cool girls that can do it, or you don't just play the silly games like Stardew Valley. You have to actually play the games, and I'm like, there's no reason to have to prove yourself, But it is so much better than when I was a kid. Whereas I wouldn't even like there was literally people telling me I shouldn't talk about Pokemon to my friends in middle school. Like I was being told don't do that. You know what I mean? You're a girl, you shouldn't be trying to do that, So it was weird, but these days, yeah, it feels a lot better. It's still probably 70-30 female percentage of gamers, but I think it's getting better more every year. And I think that's the whole point, is that it's getting better. And you can see the change. You can feel the change. I think it's just with geekhood in general, though, isn't it? Like, being a geek has just become more accepted in society
Mhm.
as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah.
So that played a little part into it, too. Pac-Man says, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like normal gamer men were about as well represented as normal gamer women in fighting games. There were overly sexy women and overly buff men. Every now and then, a monster.
Yeah, but I think that's because the men were things men wanted to be, and girls what they wanted to have, which is not balanced. Because if girls, the girls, the girls that girls wanted to be were not the girls in fighting games. So it was clearly like a male oriented vision of the genders. Because the buff men were not wearing like a G string, right? Um, while
Most of the
women
times.
were. So I think like even though you think it's equal, I think it was unbalanced.
Yeah, not to get into gender, but I do find it funny because it's like I think men think that women want the same thing that they want for themselves, like that they think women want these super buff barbarian men because that's what guys think that they should be. They think they should be these big, tall, super buff, and they think that's what all women want. They're like, well, that's what I want to be as a guy, so obviously that's what all girls
They
want.
want the
Yeah.
alpha man.
Yeah, they want that. So they present that and that's kind of funny that Pac-Man brings that out, the overly buff guy. See, women are objectifying men. I'm like, that's not how women objectify men because that's not necessarily what women want. Yes, most women, not me myself, but most women, yes, they do like a little buffer guy, but it's more they want toned and abs and stuff like that. They don't want these hulking men all the time, you know?
They don't want Arnold Schwarzenegger. They want the K-pop stars.
It depends on the woman. There are women that want the
but
pretty
in
boys and
total-
there are women that want the buff men. But
well, yeah, maybe that's fair.
yeah, it does
But in
depend.
general, I think it's more common for a girl to want a K-pop guy than Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is a bodybuilder.
True. It's kind of interesting because now I'm thinking about, is it the same for female like objectification? Because I feel like it's always feels like the same. It's the skinny, big boob, big butt woman. But there's
But
not.
I think it's more varied because I think it's not always the skinny big boob, big butt women. Some people like their women thick, for example. So I think there's more wiggle room in there.
There's more jiggle physics in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
jiggle was not the word I wanted to use.
But like no guy, like there's some girls that want the pretty boy, but I don't know if there's
Yeah.
like any guys who want the like. I don't know.
No, I do think there's I don't know.
There's variety in both sides.
I think when
Yeah.
you're like in your puberty, your hormones are going crazy. So maybe you want that kind of girl. But I think as you grow older, like you probably want like a pretty girl. It doesn't matter. Like I don't know. But maybe I'm talking for myself.
I actually have really bad reference points for this. I don't have sexual attraction like that. So
Yeah, I was gonna say like not all gamers are straight. So
yeah,
that is
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Do you appreciate the buff? Who appreciates the buff men? Do you guys? Do you like playing as buff men?
I tend to pick girls in games.
Ah, okay. I do know a lot of guys that pick the female characters.
It's not that I want to be a girl in that sense, but I think I don't know. I don't want to see like I don't. This may be like the weirdest conversation. This has become the weirdest conversation I've ever had.
We took side
But
notes.
yeah, you probably don't. I'm probably more interested in since I'm watching my character to look at a girl than look at a guy. I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
if that makes sense.
No, I get it.
No, it makes sense for me too.
Yeah.
This could be a whole topic. We did go off on a tangent, but gender in
Sexuality
gaming.
in video games.
It is such a fun topic, actually, which I could
Yeah.
definitely talk for a while about.
And there's interesting games about it. I think they've done like a good job, like representing a lot of sexualities in games.
yeah.
At least I think.
Pac-Man says,
know.
I mean, I usually pick girls because they tend to be faster in their moveset. Yeah, if you're talking
Okay.
fighting games.
Pac-Man, you're kind of obsessed with fighting games.
Pac-Man loves fighting games. Apparently.
Liam mentioned Tekken, and Pac-Man went crazy.
Really? Did I miss that?
No. Liam said he was going a party with Tekken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to do that for my birthday. I need friends. I need friends to come over and play some video games on the couch with me.
Do
You
it.
can't get anyone to play online with you.
Yeah, I can't get anyone in IRL.
When is the TechyCon?
TechyCon.
God.
Yeah, we're gonna have TechyCon. Okay. But yeah, this has been fun, guys. I think we had a lot of good conversations. We never did a tier list, but I don't care.
Super Nintendo at the top.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's all you need to know, guys. Pac-Man, I used to love fighting games till I was at a friend's birthday party, and his mom 100% full comboed me on her first game.
Nice. Nice.
How'd that make you feel, Pac-Man?
That's a badass mom.
That is an awesome mom. I actually really love parents that are like into video games with their
Yeah.
kids. I find that the sweetest thing. Like Matt's mom,
Yeah.
she is so sweet. I love it. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm missing that I felt like I really wanted to hit on? Did you guys have something you wanted to any questions you wanted to bring up?
What's your favorite retro game, everyone?
Oh, just the top favorite. Okay.
Yeah, one. Only top one.
You can't do one.
Yeah, I want to do one.
It's
Just
not fair.
your
I think I have the easiest answer for me.
Tetris.
Tetris, yeah.
yeah.
Which Tetris though?
I do enjoy a lot playing the Tetris Classic, the 1989.
Oh. Have you watched that
I,
show on Tetris?
I suck at it. The movie?
Was it a movie or a show? I don't
I
know.
think it's an Apple show.
Yeah,
Apple
an
TV
Apple
show.
show, Apple TV movie. I
Oh,
did
Apple
watch
TV
it.
movie.
Oh, okay. I heard it was
Yeah,
okay.
it is actually pretty good. It's not a bad
Oh.
movie.
Okay.
The Tetris story is so good. Like the
Yeah.
IRL story is so good.
Yeah.
What are the
I am
highlights?
pretty,
Soviet Union.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Soviet Union. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how that affected the whole making the game outside of the making it like the worldwide known game that it is now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the guy made the game in a computer from a university. So the university, which was part of the Soviet Union, took ownership of the game because he made it there. So it was a whole like conflict of interest of how he could sell the game because it didn't belong to him. So
Oh.
now Russia got to have, well, the Soviet Union had to get involved in the whole process. So it's like Nintendo dealing with the Soviets. I don't know. It's such. It's
Okay,
like,
I
I don't
gotta
know.
see it now. Okay.
Like in general, you could see like there's also the gaming historian YouTube video on it.
Oh,
It's also
yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
I did not know Tetris until I saw that they made a show out of it. I didn't know Tetris had a history. I thought it was just a game.
No, another interesting part is that the guy who made it didn't make money off of it until like 30 years after. I don't remember the number.
Dang.
Because
Yeah.
Russia.
Cause Russia.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So Tetris is your game. That's the one
Yeah.
that would be your
Yeah.
pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get to talk much about Tetris. Do you want to talk more about Tetris, Pasnic? What's your favorite
I
Tetris
mean,
piece? Do you like the long
uh,
one? Do you like the
ca-
one that looks like an L? Maybe.
No.
Oh, what about that one that has
My
just like one
T,
dot
the
on the
T
top?
has to be the favorite.
no.
What
The-
is
Oh.
my actual favorite is the square.
Oh, really?
I feel like a lot of people underrate how much the square is needed for stacking, and yeah, I like my underdog.
Okay.
I hate the square. That just means I'm an ignorant in Tetris now.
That's why you're not 23 in the country. You don't
Yeah,
respect the
exactly.
square.
No, the square doesn't respect me either.
You always get it when it's least convenient.
Here, that's the thing. You made it less convenient.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course. Tetris is like
Yeah.
it's a game about my mistakes
Yep.
every single time.
How fast? I've actually seen you play Tetris. You play it fast. You can make it.
Yeah, I played around 1.8 pieces per second. Tops 2 to 3 if it's the start, but it is usually 1.8.
Wow.
To get in the top ranks, I need to play that like 4.
When did you
So,
said like 13 years ago?
2014 was when I started playing. The first game I played was Tetris Friends. I
Oh
started in the
yeah,
Facebook one.
in Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
After Facebook died because Tetris 99 came out, I started playing a little of what is it called? The classic Tetris. I started emulating it, and after that, I moved like to Tetris Grandmaster, and I played some of the older games of Tetris too. After I started playing like the browser games again, and I stuck with the one that I play now, which is Tetrio, which is a modern Tetris, which actually started now doing like new mechanics for the game, which I you could have thought it's just stacking pieces, but no, they can do much more. Like with Tetris Effect, for example.
You know
Wow.
what, Pasnic? Like the game we're doing now is it's kind of like Tetris but different. So I'm gonna have to make you play it so you can give me like what you think.
And actually, there is one game that I haven't finished that I bought recently, which is an JRPG with fighting inspired in Tetris. And I played it and it's very interesting.
Interesting.
You lost me. Wait. JRPG with fighting
Japanese
it.
role playing
Yeah, yeah,
game.
no, okay, guys, I get it. I get it. All right. I know what I am. All right. Anyway, with with um,
Oh,
Got it.
it's fine. He's cool.
Yeah.
He didn't die. The timer is already out. Um, with fighting inspired Tetris.
yeah, so basically, there will be monsters at one side, and they will attack you, and you can stop their attacks by doing combos and stuff. But you also have to like target them because you cannot target both of them, so they will be attacking you in real time, and you have to start stacking, and that's how the battle goes. Like, and you have powers and you have things to do. You can fish in the game.
What's
Oh,
the
Because
name of the game?
Flowstone Saga.
that sounds wild.
I'll check it
I
out.
found it as a demo because someone told me, "Hey, I know you like Tetris." Because a lot of people know that I like
You're
Tetris.
the Tetris guy, you know?
Yeah, I'm the Tetris guy.
Number one
In fact,
Tetris in the world.
there was a community of streamers, which are the co-working streamers, which know me as the Tetris guy because I organized a Tetris tournament for them once.
Okay.
Fun.
But yeah,
Perc-
Tetris has been a big part of my life.
how much? Yeah, I was gonna ask how much percent of your personality do you think is Tetris?
I would say around 30%.
Oh, 30 is not bad.
Wow.
Yeah, because I do have other things like K-pop, like board
Okay, yeah.
games. So I have other things. I have other games too. So it's not only those.
Okay, yeah.
I think
I just wanted
30%. No, go on.
no, I just wanted to know how much deep in the Tetris hole you were.
I mean, I do play like 1,000 hours yearly of Tetris.
Yeah. 1,000 hours I don't think is that much.
It's like six
But I
straight weeks.
is it well, but compared to what other people like play Valorant or other stuff, I think
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
kind of
true.
around that.
yeah. But
But
well,
you've excelled. Some people played that amount of hours in Valorant and are still like in bronze.
Don't bring it up.
Yeah.
Not that anybody here
uh,
would be in that position.
If the glove fits, I didn't attack anybody, but if the glove fits,
I mean, I'm just saying, some people have really
yeah,
good
some
reasons for playing a lot of Valorant, and because everyone knows Valorant is a dumb game for dummies,
yeah, it
when
is.
and
when it's 11 years, Techy, I expect you to be as good in Valorant as Pasnic is in Tetris.
I'm not gonna get there playing with Dano Toast, okay?
That's true.
Okay, yeah, it's Dano's fault. I can get behind that.
Clip that, send it to him.
He already knows. We tell it to him every day. He's playing Valorant right now,
Of course.
actually. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tetris. That was that's pretty. Tetris
Yeah,
is a
that
big
was
part of
me.
your life.
Now you all.
Yeah. Now it is
No, wait.
Amanje X the game
that one.
X about the game. So now it's Liam's turn.
I could pick 10 and I'd still be upset I didn't include some.
Yeah, that's my
This
vote
is
as
a
You got
well.
horrible
favorite
question
retro
that you
game,
could talk
Liam.
to.
Favorite
But which
retro
one speaks
game.
to you right now? Because I always say my tier list
Yeah.
is the right now.
Persona 3.
Ooh.
I really got into the Persona series, and I played the remake like when it
Would
came
you
out.
consider Persona 3 retro?
Yes,
Interesting.
because
It's
it's old
enough.
enough from the criteria that we've considered. So
What
I
was it?
went back.
PS3?
I think it's older than that. Let me check. Persona 3. It came out in 2006.
Yeah, I
Oh
was going
yeah.
to say
Okay. So yes.
2006.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. So I went back and played the old version once I played the remake.
Mhm.
It didn't. It's a lot harder, but it's still a lot of fun, and I had a great time. The story's great. I don't know. I really like that game.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I get the line of
Yeah.
is it retro or not, but to
I could
you,
pick
it's
something
because
older.
It's because I thought the remake was the launch because I don't know anything about Persona. But 2006 is it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
19 years already.
Yeah, 19 years. It can also drink alcohol in Costa Rica at least.
It's older than Liam.
That is
No.
true. No.
For how
Depends on the month
much?
it came out.
By how much?
It came out
My
February
birthday is
2nd.
February 5th, 2006.
Oh no, this is the remake. Remake of Persona 3. This is July 13, 2006.
I'm older. I'm older.
Okay.
By 5 months, I'm older.
Or there you go, Liam. You got something.
Hell yeah.
All right. What are you, Manji?
No, I made the question.
Yeah, you
Can
gotta
I- can I-
answer it though.
Can I call out your answer?
No.
I think it's gonna be a Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, I do love Kingdom Hearts. That is a good answer. I already said Pokemon Crystal. I'm trying to think of one that I didn't already mention. You know what I mean? Like I do. Pokemon Crystal is probably big for me. Mm,
The 2 episodes.
yeah, the two all grown up Rugrats episodes are pretty big.
You
I
probably know those episodes by heart now.
Susie sings the blues. Yeah. I could sing that song from that episode.
Nice.
Oh, but I'm trying to think of yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that is probably the answer. That is a game that really got me going. So I'll say that. Yeah. If I had to pick, I'm a big Disney fan. Always have been. So it hit me right away and all the, Though
That's an interesting point.
Though I don't know
Disney.
Final Fantasy. I only played one Final Fantasy game ever.
Which one?
You want to guess?
7.
Nope.
9.
I played it on stream. Nope.
Oh,
14.
that's the MMO one.
Oh, I did play the MMO. I did.
Yeah, you played
That
the
does
MMO.
count. That does count. The MMO does count. I didn't count
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But I played 10.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Everyone told me that was a good one. That's the one.
You play 10 too, or just 10?
Just 10. I did play 10 too, forever ago without any reference. It's the one with the 3
Okay.
girls, right?
Yeah.
I did play that. My memory of it's wiped from how long ago it was. But I did play that. I didn't know what was going on. But I did play that one. But 10, yeah, I played on stream recently, so it's fresh in my mind. Because Because people said I wouldn't need to play any other ones besides that one. Like 10 is its own start of its own story kind of thing. So yeah. But so I don't know much about Final Fantasy, so I didn't recognize any of the Final Fantasy characters when I went into Kingdom Hearts. Which they ended up getting rid of the Final Fantasy characters pretty much anyway, by the newest one. But yeah, I dug down deep into the Kingdom Hearts lore hole. As I would politely put it.
Yeah, I've heard that's like I don't know, it's so complicated because I've heard like the director of of Kingdom Hearts, the same guy who's dealing with the Final Fantasy VII remake, I believe.
It was
Yeah, so I heard that it's like chaos.
Nomura.
Like even the numbering system is complicated in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Well, yeah, you got Kingdom Hearts 1, you got Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, you got Kingdom Hearts 362 days over 352 days over 2. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts Kingdom Hearts 2. No. Oh my gosh, I am so off. I am so off.
There's
Somebody
1.5,
revoked this
2.5,
girl's Kingdom
2.8. There's Dream Drop Distance, which is 3D, but not 3.
It's 3D. No, that's before 3. No, it does go Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they just go on a long rant of weird names, and then Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of them are like side stories, though. Like, they're still important to the lore, and you wouldn't understand 3 unless you did play all those games. They are all pivotal. 2.5 was just Aqua, but that's not 2.5. That is Birth by Sleep. 0.5.
Jesus.
Which is, and then there's just the movie, which is called Back Cover, which is just, it's not even a game. It's really just you watch it. Some of them, and a lot of them are different play styles too. So Kingdom Hearts 1.5 is a card game. So you play with a deck of, like, you collect cards and you play with those. And then Dream Drop Distance, you have like little Pokemon, kind of. It's not it's not the same, but you have little. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts is an animal on its own.
Yeah.
And I did not play every game. I did not. I have watched and I've seen every game many, many, many times. But I have not physically played all of them. Like, I did not play Recoded, because that game makes no sense and has no relevance to the story, and I don't get it. But it's there, and I still, and it ended up having relevance, and I don't know. And now they have an MMO, which I don't really get, but I gotta watch the clips from it because it does have relevance to the story eventually. I don't know. It's not. It's a game. I would say it probably wins most confusing game storyline.
I don't know. Resident Evil is pretty weird.
It kicks its butt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Resident Evil it's there. What's the other one that's really confusing? What's the one with Snake? Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't have a story. Don't.
Yes, it does.
It
absolutely does. It's just complicated.
Liam, I have watched like 20 hours of lore videos on Five Nights at Freddy's. It does not have a story. It does not have a story.
It has a story, goddammit. It's just the most confusing shit
ever.
No
one can agree on the story. If no one can agree on what the story is, it does not have a story.
There's plenty of books. Plenty of books.
People do agree on what the story of Kingdom Hearts is. They just can't explain it, okay? Five Nights at Freddy, you ask 5 different people, they all have a different idea on what the story of Five Nights at Freddy is.
There's at least a general, like, storyline that you know for a fact is there.
Yeah, there's a guy that partnered up with another guy, and they created a place to,
Mm-hmm.
and the one guy got all pissy at the other dude. He got all jealous about it, so they ended up killing kids. There's a lot more to the story, but I did actually
There's a
watch.
lot more.
I have watched so many hours of Five Nights at Freddy videos, and they can't agree on a lot of what the lore means, and a lot of people don't even know what's going on now at this point because they're
Techy,
like
you should have a TechyTalks just about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Please invite me on. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, Liam has to be there.
I don't know. Why is there yelling, says Kenny. You know what? I've been keeping these Techie Talks so chill. Why are you hating on the Five Nights at Freddy's story, Techie, says Pac-Man. I did it again. I need
You're
to
pissing off chat.
people agree that Kingdom Hearts story is too complicated to understand. It's not too complicated to understand. It's too complicated to explain. There's a difference. In my mind, I know exactly what the Kingdom Hearts story is. I just can't tell you guys. I mean, if I had a day or two, maybe. But that is a Techie Talk for a different time.
Anyway, you were saying Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the one with Snake. I
Yeah.
heard that one was pretty complicated. I never played any of them, so
It
I don't know.
is. None of the games are in order, mostly. There's many different snakes that exist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Solid Snake, there's Big Boss, there's Liquid Snake. There's a lot in that game, and it makes no goddamn sense.
I think the story, like I think in Metal Gear, people can come to a conclusion of what the story is about. At least, and I think it's
Yes.
not that hard to explain. I think
It's very convoluted
yeah
because there's certain motivations that don't make sense unless you get into like super convoluted story plot details. So it's
and there's a lot of like weird like spin-offs which explain a lot, like the PSP games. But yeah.
Pac-Man says you have not truly understood something until you can explain it, Techie. No,
Ooh.
no, Pac-Man, you are wrong. I promise you, I can understand it. You are wrong. That is all. And sorry says Kingdom Hearts needs math to explain on the level of Einstein. Yeah. Kenny says the button mashing is the best part of MSG, Metal Gear Solid.
The bottom
MSG.
MSG, like the
guys,
Chinese food.
I swear I'm dyslexic and I don't know it. I swear there has to be something. My mind read words and then don't say word that I read.
Maybe you're hungry and you wanted some Chinese food.
I want some MSG, yeah.
Yeah.
Pac-Man says, I'm right and you know it. No. No. In my head, I know Kingdom Hearts. I know it, front and back. Explaining to you just takes too much effort and time, okay?
And I think people who are interested to invest the time it requires to understand it already understand it.
That's why I need special Kingdom Hearts friends. They get it. You know what? The music in Kingdom Hearts is amazing, though. You don't need anything else to understand that. I love
it. Yeah. It's Square. It's Square. Square does amazing music for every single one of their games.
Yeah, but the one specific woman that does the main song for each of the games is just Hikari. She's so good. Pasnic says, I watched about 40 hours of Kingdom Hearts lore videos. So can you explain it? Do you understand it?
There's gonna be a Kingdom Hearts Techy Talk.
Oh,
no,
sure.
I could actually have a Techy Talk on complicated games, and we could talk about
you could do
all
like
of
a
these.
game lore TechyTalks.
Oh my gosh,
I
Game Lord
love
Techy
that.
Talks. That would be fun. I could do that.
You bring Liam as the Five Nights expert. You bring Pac-Man as the Kingdom Hearts. No, you have yourself. Don't invite Pac-Man.
Nah, Pac-Man.
Uh,
Yeah, don't invite Pac-Man to any Techy Talks.
you bring another Metal
Oh.
Gear Solid expert.
Pasnic
Which
can talk about the
what
lore of
other game?
Tetris.
Did you know that the pieces have names?
Yeah, I did know that, but I don't know their names.
I don't remember either.
I know the ghost names in Pac-Man. I know them.
What's the
Inky,
red one?
Blinky, Pinky,
No,
and
that's
Clyde.
yeah, Blinky, yeah. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde.
Did you know that each ghost thinks differently?
They do. They each have their own coding of where they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game
Pac-Man
Lord.
says, I swear the story is not an actual thing. It's an abstract painting that makes no sense. It makes sense, Pac-Man. It does. It makes full sense.
Also,
No one
Pac-Man
can
is
understand it
doing the
fully.
same thing he's accusing you of doing.
That's
If
true.
he cannot explain it either, so he truly does not understand it.
I do believe you can understand something without being able to explain it. I do think that's a thing.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have the right words. And Sorry says if they perfected the animus from Assassin's Creed and Nomura's descendants dove into his memory, they would get lost in them. I wonder how the man thinks. It's amazing. Nomura is insane storytelling. I wouldn't even say it's good. I wouldn't even say Kingdom Hearts has good storytelling. I can just appreciate the web of storytelling. That's my thing.
It's just insane, but not in the good sense of insane.
I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know. But now I feel like I got you guys really off topic because you hit my button.
Well, I can say mine.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
say
Yeah.
it's Chrono Trigger.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Um,
I like the robot.
no, I'd say Frog.
Oh, Frog is good too.
Yeah, he's built on honor.
Yeah, I actually like that. Do you generally like resonate with characters like that? Like the honorable
Resident Evil?
resonate
Oh.
resonate with characters like that who are like
No, it's because I think the rest of the characters are kind of dumb.
what
Oh,
you don't like the Jurassic Park big booba
Yeah.
lady?
They're kind of basic. I swear, sometimes I feel Chrono has more personality than the others. He just jumps and does like this when something he doesn't like it something. But I don't know. I
That's
also
fair.
like
It's a
Luca.
good game. Oh
Luca.
yeah.
Luca. I think it's a good character, but she's kind of like just the smart one.
Games
but
don't
I
come
think
with special controllers anymore, says Canny. I didn't think about that.
No,
Sorry.
because light guns stopped being a thing. But yeah, I don't particularly resonate with characters with honor. I just like characters that are not black and white. I think
Oh, good thing you
'Cause-
added that.
because Frog is kind of like he's very honorable, but he gets confused about why if he should follow his honor, and I think that's a well written character.
I mean, he's a good character. I really liked him.
Mhm.
I didn't play it. I watched it. Does that make me a bad gamer, guys? Be real with me.
No.
I watch a lot of games more than I play
Oh.
games. I probably have watched games more than I played them. But I've always been like a backseat gamer, not in that annoying Twitch terminology of it, but as in like I would like to watch my brother play the Resident Evil game. Like I like to sit there and watch him. So I don't know. I've always been that way where I really enjoy watching people play video games.
Yeah, video game voyeurism is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
where you just like look at people play. I love it because I know what I would do. So it's interesting to see what other people would do and how they would react to certain situations. I sometimes I also do the because I like since I have little time. Sometimes I put I don't know like a Game Grumps episode and I watch
Mhm.
how they play a game. But if it's a game I really want to play, then I play it by myself first, and then I watch other people play it multiple times,
Yeah.
multiple people, because I really want to see how they reacted, how they felt about something. Like I don't know, I really like that aspect
I did that with
because
Danganronpa.
yeah, it's because I think it's not like a movie. People can react the same way to a movie, but I think since games are interactable, I think people like it's interesting to see what people do.
I did that with Outer Wilds.
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't played that one.
I haven't
I
played it
haven't
That
seen it.
game
either.
is amazing,
Yeah,
and
people love it, but I think it's what they say is one of those games you have to play it.
yes, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's a game you have to be 100% into it, and it. I've seen people cry with the game or get frustrated with the game, and it's every playthrough I've seen of the game, it's different.
Mhm.
Kenny says everything might move into VR, but then again, VR tech is so behind. I have issues with VR, sadly.
Oh, Kenny, you missed the Super Scope. Are you crazy? That takes like 6 AA batteries and it drains in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, Kenny was mentioning the special controllers. That games don't come with special controllers anymore, like jump pads or light guns. I miss the super scope.
Bring
Yeah,
back the Power Glove.
I I don't know if I had many like attachments type things. Like I didn't play many like racing games, so I didn't have any of that stuff. I did have the Wii Fit, so I guess that counts with the Wii Fit
Yeah,
board. So that's something.
I had the
Um,
Mario Kart Wii wheel.
oh,
That was
I
about it.
do. My sister loved to play as it. I didn't like it. I like the smaller one. People would get mad
And
because I like the small handles. Um, but I have tiny hands. Like it wasn't a problem for me.
I'm gonna be Liam. Here, Kenny.
Yo, that's
Hey!
awesome.
Fucking battery drainer.
Yeah, Kim says I had fun with the super scope.
It had like 2 good games. But yeah.
I don't. Oh, there is a game that I played with a gun attachment. It was House of the Dead 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
That was
awesome.
fun. That was actually a lot
In
of
the
fun. Me and my
arcade?
brother at home, we had the gun. There was like a gun
Oh.
attachment, and me and my brother would play it as if we were at the arcade. That was actually really fun. Where is the scope?
Yeah, though.
Says Canny.
Oh, it's stored, but I didn't bring it out. But I love that the Wii era brought back light gun games.
We are brought back a
yeah.
lot of like physicality
Yeah.
to games, which I thought was
One of
fun.
my favorite games is in the Wii is a light gun game, which is House of the Dead Overkill, which is the weirdest game ever made, but people should play it because it's so weird. It
I
for a while it was the game that held the record for most fucks said in a video game.
Really.
Yeah.
Hey. Now Faznik brought something to the
Nice.
table. Kenny says last innovation for console was the camera Connect. I had a Connect. I used to. There was actually that Connect game. Where you would
Connect
be washing
Adventures.
the. No, you would be washing the windows. Like it was a bunch of different games over with the monkey. Yeah, it it was a
Oh,
it was a Connect game. Like it was specifically the Connect game. Um and
I don't remember.
yeah, and oh my gosh, I used to play it all the time. I loved it. What? Oh my gosh, now I need to
Never
know.
had a 360, so I don't know.
I played Dance Central on the
Can
Kinect.
oh my gosh, what's it
Dance
called? What's it
Central I
called?
also played.
Yeah.
Connect
Connect,
It was
felt
the
like
best.
Monkey
ahead of its
Monkey
time.
Do.
Connect game. Yeah, like the symbol was a monkey. Um, well, there was a game with the monkey. Oh my gosh, Connect game.
Carnival games.
This is so. This is making me so upset that I can't remember what the game was.
Toy Play.
Let's play. Yeah. iToy. That sounds right. Maybe it. You know what? It wasn't a Connect. It was an iToy.
It
Hold
was a
on.
PlayStation 2 thing.
iToy. It was iToy. Yeah, that was before Connects.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was so good. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Techy's having a moment.
Well, memory unlocked. Yeah, because there was this window washing. Because you would have a camera in front of you, and it would like base on your hand movements. So there was like this kung fu game with the monkeys, and the monkeys like would come out from all four sides of you, and you would have to like whack the monkeys like at the right time. And then there was another one where you had to quickly wash the windows with your hands, and you had to like quickly do it, and you would go against, and me and my brother would like fight so hard to get the high score in those games to beat each other. And oh my gosh, it was so exhausting because your hands would be so worn out by like doing this because you had to keep washing windows, and then you keep fighting the monkey. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was such a good time. Sorry, go on, guys. What were we talking about?
Also, Alkenny, I don't think the last innovation for consoles was the Kinect. I would actually say the last innovation is the haptic triggers in the PS5 controller.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair.
Because it feels cool. Probably not great, but I think it feels cool.
How
That
long?
and like gyro probably.
Oh, you're probably right. I think that's probably the newest innovation, besides maybe like VR stuff. That's its own thing. Nadia says, I'd say gyroscope in controllers is the last one. Yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
but gyroscope was in the PS3 controller.
But that's after Kinect still. Oh no, Kinect was.
No, but what I'm saying is the one is PS5. Because gyroscope has been in the Switch, right?
Yeah.
Was on the Switch.
Nadia says,
So,
was
yeah.
it though?
Yeah. In the PS3.
Mhm.
I don't remember what I played with gyroscope in the PS3. Wait, didn't the Wii have a gyroscope in controllers?
It should have, no?
Yeah.
Sounds like it would.
Yeah, the Wii. I think the Wiimote had one, and the Wiimote definitely used it. When I was playing Silent Hill and I wanted to shake the monsters off my back, the Wiimote. You know what's a weird game on Wii, which my friends loved because I found it randomly? The game called Let's Tap. Basically, you place your Wiimote on top of a shoebox, and then you hit the shoebox to play.
But
What?
Yeah. You
Oh
didn't
my
like.
goodness, what is this?
What?
It's the weirdest game, but my friends loved it for some reason.
Let's tap?
Let's Tap. Yeah.
Wow. That's not the right thing. Sorry about that. There we go. Let's tap.
Yeah.
This looks very colorful.
Yeah, it's a game about putting your Wiimote in top of a box and then hitting the box.
Oh my gosh. Weird, great rhythm game.
Sega game.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see like someone actually playing it.
If you just Google Let's Tap and go into images. If you go like you won't, because that's only like gameplay, right? Oh, there. They use the Wii box.
That is so weird.
It's a unique concept for a game.
Yeah.
I love it.
it's very weird, and they have like some games like that one, which is competitive. So you had like 4 like diamond towers, and people were like hitting a box, and you had to hit it like because it was like Jenga. So depending on how hard you hit the box, it pulled the piece very softly.
This is kind of
Yeah.
blowing my mind right now. This, you know what this whole TechyTalks has made me want to do? Go and do a retro
And-
game night.
It was created by the co-creator of Sonic.
Isn't he in jail now?
Wow. Oh.
I don't know, maybe.
It was like insider trading or something.
Nah, it had to do with Let's Tap.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah,
Oh.
he was in jail.
You know what?
That same guy.
That same dude.
He's probably playing Let's Tap in jail now.
You know what I found? Or since we're all bringing props, you guys remember this?
Pokewalker.
Yeah, I still have that. I was looking for something else in here earlier while somebody was talking, and I feel like people could hear me rummaging through it, so I felt rude. This. Do you know what this is?
That's a wireless. What is it? The thing you connected 2 Game Boys with, but wireless.
You put it on. Yeah, you put it on the back of a Game Boy, and this is how you had to trade Pokemon.
Yeah.
Both of you needed one of these.
Oh, right.
Well, it was originally a cable.
Yeah, it was
The
original.
link cable.
Link
That's what it's
cable.
called.
But this is the first
Yeah.
wireless one where you can both
Yeah.
just buy the wireless one and then you could trade Pokemon. You still had to be within the vicinity of each other.
Yeah, and if you moved the game,
Yeah,
everything failed.
You had to be like,
You had to, you had to stay completely still.
so that's my prop share. I like that we all brought something. That was cute. I actually have a GameCube controller over here because I use it with my emulator. When I
Nice.
played Pokemon Coliseum, which freaking love those games. I also used to Pokemon Coliseum, but Stadium was the one that I also used to play. I liked Pokemon Stadium a lot. The Chansey game is stuck in my head like crazy.
Yeah, on the activity we made, we did a work on the wheel. There was a spot for each one of the mini games for
Oh.
both Pokemon stadiums.
Aw. I don't know. That
Yeah.
Chansey game is just so funny with the I like the Rat-a-tat one where they're running
Oh yeah,
on the treadmill. Yeah, where they're running on the treadmill. I like those ones. See, that makes me want to do that. That makes me want to do a wheel thing like that because that would be so fun just to have some retro games. Bring out a retro game like Let's Tap and Wii Fit and just a bunch
that
of.
would be cool for everyone to bring a game. Yeah.
And you got to bring the system and everything, but just like get 4 people, each one bring like some really unique retro thing.
And they're taping the Wii sensor bar to the TV.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we had to do the candle thing. Remember how you like there was a problem with the where you had to have like a candle?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nadia says my retro game is marbles. No console needed. Kenny says Sega will be missed. Pac-Man says, what did you guys define as a retro game? Emongev, why don't you take that one?
No, look at the VOD. That's why things are recorded, Pac-Man.
You are not getting an answer, Pac-Man. Nadia, co-op, multiplayer enabled. Yeah, with marbles. Yeah. Because I mean, before there were video games, there were just games.
Even before marbles, you just played like I throw a rock and you dodge it.
Yeah.
That was my game,
Yeah.
my favorite game as a kid.
You put a stick
Assault.
down and see who can throw the rock the closest to it.
No, we just wanted to kill each other.
You just.
by throwing rocks.
Also, congratulations, guys, for the longest Techy talk. I usually had people done by like an hour and 40 minutes. You guys are at 3 hours now. So
Hell
congrats.
yeah.
Good luck editing this.
It's gonna
Hell yeah.
I'm just posting the whole thing. Have fun. Have fun, YouTube. I'm sorry,
Unedited,
says y'all
uncut.
need to set up an Among Us session just for Techie. Why? Wait,
She said, you said you liked Among Us.
Oh, I don't do Among Us anymore. I'm beyond Among Us. I have grown.
It's a retro game, Techy.
It's retro. It's so retro. It's
Retro.
so retro. Goose Goose Duck is free. Yeah. Social deduction games get pretty spicy though.
I never enjoyed Among Us a lot because people got too intense.
It does get a lot.
And people became very irrational very quickly. They were like, "You're the killer," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. Like, I can see my screen. No, but you are. The math, the matrix tells me you are the truth." They kicked me and like,
That's
"Oh,
me.
he wasn't it." And I'm just like sitting there watching everyone play until they finish. I don't know. It pissed me off.
Pac-Man says we had one friend who played way too much. Yeah, that's me. I'm that friend.
I also play too much.
I love figuring that stuff out, but yeah, people get heated. I get heated. It's all good.
Yeah.
No, but Among Us, I'm kind of bored of Among Us. I stopped liking Among Us when they decided that they didn't think they should add in-game voice chat. I just felt like it was dumb. They should have added that as a feature a long time.
Playing it.
Yeah, but then they have VR Among Us where all the kids are playing and they use voice chat in that. So, and people love it with the kids.
That's why you probably like more Lockdown Protocol now.
I
Right?
love Lockdown. Yeah. It's also just better. Goose Goose Duck is actually way better than Among Us. Pac-Man says we all were casual, and he was like, "Yeah, no, you stop that task after 7.2 seconds, and it takes 9. So either you're stupid or you're the killer." Made the game less fun. Yeah, I eventually did have to give myself a rule to stop metagaming. And I eventually actually had to like start helping the killers because I would figure it out, and then it would stop being fun. So then I would just start doing stupid stuff. Kenny said, I used to play a lot of strategy games on console, RPGs. Yeah. Nadia, I hate players that metagame in D&D. Yeah.
That's the best part.
I have to stop myself from metagaming. I have to tell myself, like, turn it off, or I will accidentally metagame. I'm not an actually person, so I'm not that far, but I do overthink sometimes. Okay. Emongev, you said it was Chrono Trigger. Okay, I was trying to remember what everyone said their favorite retro game is.
If you're watching this on YouTube, comment your favorite retro game down below.
Yeah.
If you reach 3 hours 20 minutes in,
yeah, maybe I should learn how to cut this off earlier.
well,
so that I'm not posting more than 2 hours worth of content for people. No, I can separate this into parts. It's not that big of a deal if I wanted to do the whole thing. Like and
yeah,
subscribe.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Ring that bell.
Ring the bell, leave a like, share with a friend.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. I love all the promotion. Kenny.
We're metagaming YouTube.
You are metagaming YouTube. Don't think it's the SNES.
No, the one on Steam is not as good.
Pac-Man says, "Hey,
emulate the SNES."
Pac-Man says, "Hey, I have watched a 6-hour partial review of iCarly. Could be worse. How is it a partial review? Is my question.
Quentin reviews. He
I-
made a shit ton of long, like iCarly and Victorious videos. They're really good, but they're really long.
Just in case you do not have my YouTube or TikTok, there you go. There's actually a really funny TikTok of Nadia that you should all go see. iCarly lasted a lot of seasons. It really did. You're right. 6 hour. I would watch a 6 hour review of iCarly.
I have never seen iCarly.
I even watched the reboot of iCarly.
Damn.
They
Damn, it's
canceled it
so
though.
it has a reboot.
They're making a movie
Yes.
though.
They're making a movie. They're gonna do it.
Yeah,
They're gonna
they
do a
did.
Zoe 101. Zoe 101 with it. Dang, that's crazy.
That's another techie talk you could have, like retro shows.
Dude, the amount of topics I could have on this show and the things that I could talk about without knowing a single thing about it. Yeah, it can go on. I would love to do those techie talks actually. But okay, I guess we'll wrap this one up because yes, the editing is going to be hell. But it was really fun. That's why I kept going because I was having a good time just chilling talking about retro games and things not related to retro games. Pac-Man says, I never saw iCarly either, but I did see Victorious. Wait a minute. Pac-Man, you watched a 6 hour partial review on iCarly, but never watched iCarly?
I mean, he probably knew he wanted. Like I do that. I'd be like, "Who the hell talked 6 hours about this?" And I'd be so intrigued about what they would say that I would watch it.
We could easily keep going to 6 hours for this topic. I could easily keep going. There are so many games that I didn't even bring up, like Rampage. Oh, I loved that game.
The tier lists.
Oh, there's so many. We could have just picked games and just kept talking about specific games.
Yeah.
But I think
Oh,
we
yeah.
did. But I think we did a nice, good overview. So I'm happy. Maybe another one we can pick specific retro games or a specific type of retro game or a specific type of game. Like,
Or you could do console based.
mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
only PS1, only N64, only handhelds.
Honestly, Spyro and Crash made my childhood.
Yeah, the
Which
fact that
one
it's not
was
even
better?
mentioned yet is kind of crazy.
What? Which one's better?
Yeah.
I played Spyro more. But I think. Oh, no. I'm going to say Spyro is the better game. Crash was pretty repetitive, except for the one map where you got to ride the tiger. I liked those.
Oh, I had a demo with that level that you rode the Chinese wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's-
I had
I
a demo
loved
disc that only had that level.
Yeah. That was my. I like doing that. Everything else in Crash was like, for me.
And I think you played with Coco
Yeah,
instead of Crash.
Coco is riding. Yeah, I like the Coco levels because I'm sexist. Yeah. No, but she ride the tiger, and it was her riding the tiger. I loved it, and it was also more fun than the Crash levels because the Crash levels were just. I mean, Crash is great. Actually, they're both good. I can't pick one over the other. They're so good. Nadia says, "Oh my god, I love Crash and Spyro and Crash."
Yeah.
Pac-Man. So then I watched the Nickelodeon review series of consists of Fred Figglehorn. Oh my gosh, really? iCarly Part 1, iCarly Part 2, Victorious Part 1, Victorious Part 2. I felt like I couldn't just start in the middle. Sure. Kenny says, I played a lot of Shining Force on Sega. And then, and Pac-Man says, and then the Sam and Cat video. Sam and Cat was okay. That was wild when I first heard the announcement that they were bringing Sam and Cat together. But 90s, early 2000s cartoons is a different techie talk. But yes, there, as I was saying, so many games we could have talked about, so many things. But I think we did good. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you all did too. But
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any final comments, Pac-Man? No, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna stop doing it. I'm not gonna
Waka
stop.
waka waka waka
I'm
waka
never gonna
waka
stop.
waka
I'm
waka
never gonna
waka
You gotta make
waka
him
waka
yellow.
waka.
It's the yellow. It's the yellow. I'm color coordinate. You know what? Color coordination is my way of organizing things. It really is. Anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for the 5. Dang. I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate
I got
that.
a subscription.
Oh,
Thank you.
Pac-Man.
Me too.
Ah. Hold on.
Did you just say Pac-Man again?
I did. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna stop. It's stuck. It's stuck.
You literally just said
It's
you were
stuck!
not gonna do it.
No, it's stuck. It won't go away. Pasnic and Machi both got it. And Pac-Man subbed with his prime. Thank you, Pac-Man.
You meant Pasnic sub with
Pac-Man fixed it for you. Thank you. Liam, that's kind of weird that you're not like subbed
Yeah,
or
this is kind of fucked
whatever.
up.
That's
really,
kind of.
isn't
I
it?
mean, everyone else here is subbed, Liam, and you're not. That's kind of a little.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
I'm
little
just a
rude of
major piece of
you.
shit, aren't I? I'm just I'm the worst.
He's gifting you his time.
Yeah.
What's more valuable than time?
Nothing, actually. I really do appreciate oh my gosh, I can't speak anymore. I really do appreciate you guys being here. It's you took out a lot of time of your day. Yeah, I'm saying right words. To be here. And I do appreciate that. I had a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope it wasn't like
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a little
yeah.
fun.
good. And I
love
might
the
invite you back.
range of weird topics we covered.
I need to learn how to lock
Yes.
it down. My mind goes too many places. But okay, I'm gonna end up the stream now. We're not gonna rate anyone. I actually might come right back into stream to start playing some Valorant if maybe. Yeah, I might come play some Valorant. But I am gonna
But you
end
should
stream.
come back and play Resident Evil 1.
Resident Evil 1. Yeah. Actually, I really should put that on my list of games to play. But this is where we will end. Nadia Val ? Cry. And sorry says, wait, it won't let me gift a sub to Liam. It says sorry, a gift sub to this channel is not available for this user.
Weird.
Why?
What you do, Liam? Are you banned?
I don't know. Maybe because I'm not watching the stream.
No.
You should
Didn't
still be
check.
able to type in.
No.
Are you already subbed?
I might be, actually. Let me check. I don't know.
Tier 1 subscribe for 4 months. But is it so? Yeah.
You shamed him for
Yeah, I'm
nothing,
subbed
Techy?
right now.
Wow, you are
Wow.
subbed. I
Wow.
apologize.
Underserved shame. He was even
Wow.
subbed before we were.
Yeah. So I was ahead of the
Yeah.
curve, really.
Yeah.
Wait, why is my subscription why is it in a different language though?
Nani?
Subscriber D3 messes?
That's a Spanish.
Yeah, why is it in Spanish, Liam?
I don't know.
No, that's
Just
that's
is.
You know what? I think I'm being
That's why-
scammed here. Everyone else's is in English. Oh, wait, really? Why? What?
I probably subbed with Prime. I don't know.
Twitch being Twitch.
It might be the Prime thing. It might be. How many
Maybe I
times
was gifted it. I don't know.
you were definitely gifted it, Liam? Let's not.
Yeah, Mush Rambo 53.
Oh yeah, Mush did do that last TechyTalks. Yeah, that was sweet. Mush is a cool
There you
guy. I need to shout out Pasnic. Do either of you two stream to the point where you would like me to shout you out? I'll do it anyway, but
You can do it. I don't
okay.
know if I'll ever stream. Maybe.
Shout
I'll never
out.
say never.
I did already shout out your game, but I'll shout out Liam too, because why not?
Oh, the last game
Sure.
I played was Super
Yeah.
Mario RPG.
I'm gonna be doing
That's
YouTube stuff in March, but that's
Oh,
about
Wait,
it.
for
that's
reals?
a while
Yeah.
ago. Emongev.
What?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
And let me once again.
Okay, if Liam is gonna stream, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah. Are you streaming on Twitch, you said?
No, I'm gonna do some YouTube videos. I might do Twitch too. We'll see.
Oh, do you want to link your YouTube?
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Liam is gonna do a 7-hour video on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Not on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my
no.
gosh. This hype train emote is so cool. It's just eating.
That's actually really good.
If I post a link in your Twitch chat, am I gonna get like banned?
Yep. Do it.
Okay, there it is.
Good.
All right, there's Liam's YouTube. Please go follow. I'm doing it right now. Subscribe.
Right.
There we go. Click the button.
There's just
Get him
random
to
stuff on
25
there right now.
subscribers. All 9 people.
You have more subscribers than me almost. That's awesome for you, Liam.
How many? But he has a lot of videos. 3
He-
videos.
I have a whole 3 videos that aren't
I
coordinated.
have
to
the
each other.
same amount of videos. And that is Emonge's game, Planet Cube Edge. Please go buy it, go play it. Good game, fun times.
I endorse.
Oh yeah, I have the same amount of subscribers than Liam. Interesting.
What the freak, guys? I'm not inferior. I don't have an inferiority complex about this.
For the record, I am subscribed to you, Techy.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. If I didn't do this stuff for fun, I would not do it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the only way to go.
This has been a lot of fun doing these techie talks, actually. I get to talk with a lot of people that I don't always get to have these kind of chats with. Like, I haven't chatted with Emongev in forever, so it's been awesome.
And whose fault is that?
Yours.
Well, fuck me then.
No, it's a two-way street, you know? We do need
Yeah.
we need to reach out more. That's all. But I catch you in chats a lot, so that's fine.
I still remember that I owe you like a gaming session that you never
Did you?
that you never dashed in.
Wait, all the way from the Valentine's Day thing?
Yes.
You do. We'll talk about it. Wait, Kenny says there's a game on Steam called Genital Jousting.
And it's really good.
And it's
really
banned from
good.
Twitch.
And it's banned from Twitch.
Aww.
It's about penises.
Well, I
Shame.
know what game
Yes.
session I want to have.
Jesus. That's gonna be awkward.
What? How would that be awkward?
Because do you want me to tell you why it's gonna be awkward?
Nah,
Techy?
nah.
You really-
Well, actually,
Okay.
yeah. No, kind of. Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's a multiplayer. Well, if we do the multiplayer game, it's a game about penises penetrating each other.
each
Yes.
other. Can.
Yep.
How does that?
Like from the back, from the back.
You can look
Oh,
it up
wait,
on
from the
YouTube.
back.
You can
Wait,
look it on
what?
YouTube.
Yeah. Like,
I'm not gonna get into the details.
yeah.
I
Oh.
don't know if I want this in my history.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Like,
We'll
you-
cut
you-
it.
You definitely wanted.
But it's a fun game to play with friends who are open-minded. Though it is really funny.
we can.
Because
Yeah. I see.
Yep.
I'm picking up what you're putting down on.
It's
on
actually made by the same guys who did Broforce, which is also a cool game.
Oh, I love
that.
that game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The game is really well made. The only thing is that there's a lot of penetrating and penises, but it's a fun game.
I actually do genuinely have to look this up now. But okay. Well, this is like the 5th time I tried to end the stream, right?
Yeah, and you're failing, Techy. Come on.
I am very-
I believe in
I'm-
this next one.
I believe
We're
in the
getting
next.
to 4 hours.
All
Your
right.
guests are getting hungry.
Guys, you know what? In every techie talk, I haven't come up with like a way to say goodbye, like an official, like, we're out. And I don't know what to say because I have an intro. I set myself up like I say that same intro every time.
You can say Techy Tada.
Techy tada?
Yeah, tada is like a way to say bye, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, tada, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like tada.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
no. It's tata.
Oh, it's
Tata.
tata. Yeah.
Tata. Techy tata. No, I feel like a dork. I feel like a dork, okay? Now you made me feel like a dork.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're all dork. We've been talking about retro video games for the past 3.5
Yeah.
hours.
Yes.
No, I'll just thank you guys again for coming. I again appreciate it. I can't say it enough. And I did your shout outs. It's all good. Everything's wrapped up. Okay. So thank you everyone for coming. Thank you chat for participating. You make this a lot more fun by adding your input, even you Pac-Man.
Yeah,
But-
I add sometimes things.
No, and you were all great. You all added something awesome to the conversation in chat, and you three, yes. So this one will be released the 29th. So I will be letting you know when the cut or not cut version of this will be on YouTube. I will be taking also clips of my favorite parts of this and putting them on TikTok. So look out for those. There is going to be the singing one released next Wednesday on the 15th. It's every other Wednesday I will be releasing one of these, as long as I can keep up with recording them.
Is the singing one just people singing?
No, it's me and a singer. She recently
Oh.
got into a singing coaching lesson. Like she started getting vocal lessons over the last 3 years. So I asked her a lot about her journey in learning to, become a singer. And it was interesting
It was a
because
cool.
it was
It was
actually
more one-on-one, right?
it was a one-on-one. Because I kind of wanted to give her space to tell her story about her journey on that. And it was pretty cool because we learned a lot about like how vocal coaching and like mental health go pretty hand in hand. Like a lot of the things she's learned in vocal coaching can have to do with your mental health. So yeah, it's really good. You should go watch it. Go check it out. There's already one up on YouTube for New Year's. So go check that out. And in the future, I will be recording more of these. I'll try to give you notice of when I'm recording, but the recording times are all over the place because it depends on the guests and when they can make it. So I kind of just squeeze these recording streams in whenever I can. Okay. So thank you everyone. Do you guys want to say bye-bye to stream?
Techy tata.
Adios.
Techy tata. All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. See you Tuesday at 7 EST for my regularly scheduled streams. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Stream is done. You guys can stop
GG.
waving now.
Oh no, the format, the layout, it's all
Good thing it ended there.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I am still recording, though. You guys are still being recorded.
No.
All right. Let me